What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome to the first stream of the anniversary week. How goes it? I hope everybody's weeks have gotten off to a great start. My week got off to a decent start, because I went down to the local pharmacy, where they were like, yeah, no, they don't do, like, earwax cleanings on the NHS anymore. Like, you have to pay for those. So that's fun. Anyway, hello Aimwise, hello Brugger. Yeah, my streams, they never, start on time, that's the thing. That's what I do. That's how it works around here. But yeah, today I'm doing a shiny roulette. I have got I got Cinderace, I've got Skeledirge, and I've got Charizard, all in my picnic, with a foreign Ditto, and I don't know which one of them will be shiny, if any of them. Like, we might not get a shiny this stream. Hopefully we do. But, who knows how many shinies we'll get, or if any, which Pokemon will, yeah, words. Anyway, yeah, I hope your guys' weeks have gotten off to a good start. You're probably going to be talking about Greninja dens and try to come up with a plan on what to use. I mean, Steel types would be good, right? Because it's Water and Dark naturally, which means it's probably going to have Water and Dark moves. And then it's going to be Poison Terror type, which means it'll probably have a couple of Poison moves. So, like, Psychic doesn't really work. Ground doesn't really work, which means Steel is like one of the better types to have around, because Steel doesn't really resist, Steel doesn't resist Dark anymore. Anyway, we can talk about that because we can get into things. We can get into things here, because this is a chill, that is the wrong screen here. This is a chill stream. This is a vibe stream. The majority of Steel types are kind of bad in the game. Tinkaton is weak to poison. I like Tinkaton. Maybe Tinkaton. Tinkaton isn't the dub, but I'd like it to be the dub. Or maybe that'll be the first stream of next week is like figuring out what not figuring out, building a Pokemon for Greninja raids. Anyway, normally I start off the streams in the picnic, but I've already got a bunch of eggs ready. I just wanted to hop right into hatching things, because too much of streams is like just hovering and waiting for eggs. I don't want to wait for eggs, I want the eggs to be there. So I got the eggs. Egg time. No need to hang around when we can just hop right into the hatching. As I say. I think, I believe. Alright. But yeah, I'm interested to see if it's going to have Battle Bond. Because if it has Battle Bond, then we can't breed it. Because you can't breed Battle Bond Greninjas. Egg. I pressed enter. What? Just deleted everything. Anyway. Greninja only has Toxic Spikes and Gunk Shot. Huh. It might have Terra Blast, though. And Gunk Shot's, like, still pretty good, isn't it? Does Gunk Shot have drawbacks? What are the Gunk Shot drawbacks? If any. Because I feel like Gunk Shot's got just some drawbacks, right? Tinkaton and Reveroom exist. Reveroom would be interesting. Can Reveroom get Dark type moves? Not Dark type. Why did I say Dark? I meant Psychic. I was thinking Psychic in my head, and I said Dark. Not the best accuracy. That's fair. I don't know, I feel like that's not like a grand disadvantage though. I'd expect it to have Gunk Shot. I mean, they generally have more than 4 moves anyway, so it'll definitely have Gunk Shot at some point. It'll just be like, does it have Terra Blast as well, I think. Egg. I like how just mid-leap, it's like, egg time. Stop! Egg. Relatable. Me when I'm at Sainsbury's and I see eggs. Easter! That's it, that's the joke. Easter. You guys got your Easter eggs yet? You guys got your Easter eggs ready for Easter yet? You got them ready to eat for Easter? Worm, hello! We stir and ease up in here? Star Eam. Sure. Hello, Worm. Welcome to the stream. I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. A small boy indeed. We are shiny hunting. Well, I'm sure it's obvious what we're shiny hunting, because they're all in the thumbnail. Anyway. Does PP still count? I don't think so. Pretty sure it doesn't. At least in the 7-star raids, I don't think it does. Haha, PP. Honestly, one memory I'll never forget is in college. I was sitting at the back with Kite and Platt, my good friends, and us being the jokesters, the cool kids we were, sitting at the back, and like the head of the department was in, and she was telling us about grades, and she said PP, and I can't remember who started giggling, but the rest of us just, like the other two, just also pretty quickly started giggling, and we were just sitting there at the back trying to hold in laughter because the teacher said PP. And that's a very strong memory of mine. Maturity is fake. That's true. At least for us, PP shall always be funny. That's fair. That is a fair take. Alright. Eggs. We're now in the egg hatching phase of this group of eggs. Alright. That's a thought. What shiny do you guys think we're gonna get first? What do you think it's gonna be? In fact, yeah, none is on the table. Evening, guys. Hello, Rob. Welcome to the stream. How goes it? I hope your week has gotten off to a good start. We're back with the shiny roulette. When is Pokemon Home coming to Scarlet and Violet? Well, there's meant to be a patch in February that also adds some functionality. They didn't specify what the functionality was, but late February is, what's it called? Late February is the anniversary of Pokemon, obviously. And that was around the time that Sword and Shield got home. So I'm guessing about February 27th. Names for female Meowth. I'd say Jessie. Like Team Rocket. You're not bad, thanks. And me? Yeah, I'm doing pretty solid. I got some olive... Is it olive oil? I think, yeah, no, olive oil spray. I got some olive oil spray today. Not to eat, to spray in my ears. It's got a special schnozzle to slot into my ear and spray it in to soften my earwax. So hopefully I'll be able to hear through my left ear in the near future. Oh, I've got 70. Will I turn into an olive? I hope not. I have non-olive related aspirations, I'm gonna be honest. That being an olive would delay. It says curse words into my left ear. Well, I can't hear through that ear, so like... You might... It means nothing. Pay you? Pay you what? What do you want paid, Rob? Do you take cash or card? Do you want a check? I can give you a check. When Home connects to Scarlet and Violet, you're 100% going to bring a PvP mons from Shield into the game. That's fair. That's fair. I'm probably just going to take the shinies that are... I might not even take all of my shinies, I'm not sure. There are some Pokemon that I do want in this game, like my shiny Volcarona. Not the name of the mouth, like Amy but pay me. Oh, that's actually really smart. I like pay me. That's good. That I like that. What was I saying? Yeah, I want my shiny Volcarona Mothra in this because that's the Pokemon I normally like hatch eggs with. And it would be nice to have them in the current game. Also, some other mons that I've shiny hunted in the past. Most specifically my shiny Dialga that I got in like under 2k resets in Platinum. You also like it, hell yeah. You forgot that Zacian's Behemoth Blade was nerfed because it doesn't have the Dynamax boost. Oh, that's true actually. Yeah, no, Zacian is all of a sudden a lot less viable for raids. I was gonna say you might as well just keep it in Sword and Shield. But like, I guess there's not really much in Sword and Shield to do with raids anymore. I was really wondering what they were gonna do in Sword and Shield. With this gen. I'm kind of sad that, like, the solution is just stop it. It would have been nice if there was, like, an extra year. So you might switch to Ironhead, because you run Choice Scarf on yours. Ah, that's fair. Probably smart. I'm looking forward to being actually able to have a, formed up Zamazenta, because I never got the Rusty Shield for my Zamazenta. I'm also looking forward to, having GTS for Scarlet Violet ones. Raid the Pentagamization. I feel like we're a few years too late for that. Oh wait, no, that was Area 51, not the Pentagon. I'd be interested to see how that would go. You should live stream it and send me the link. Alright. Fuecoco. Might also get some of the starters from BDSP over to Scarlet and Violet. You can try, but they're not in the game. J9 has given you 3 shiny Pokemon. Teddiursa, Dugtrio, and Gyarados. Hell yeah, those are some nice shinies. I like Ursalings. And you'll be able to get shiny Ursaluna once home releases. As long as you have Legends Arceus. Gyarados is a really nice shiny. But like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But I always just feel like shiny Gyarados means less as a shiny because of like the red Gyarados and Heart Gold Soul Silver. Like, if that makes sense. Like, because everybody gets that Gyarados during the main story. My face means less. I think I've got a nice face, personally. I don't know, I'm not like trying to slate, because like, shiny Pokemon are cool. GG on the shiny Gyarados. But I don't know, like, I'm always like, about shiny Gyarados, because it's just, like, obtainable. Or just randomly wandering around. The last two are still doing the main story. Hell yeah. That is very cool. That is very cool. GG. I have had all of my random encounters after Shiny Charm. Oh wait, no, except one. Except Skiddo. But yeah. Ursaring is going to be capable with Eviolite when Ursaring is transferred. Is it not already capable of Eviolite? I mean, I guess it can't be capable of Eviolite. Because it won't be able to evolve into Ursaluna in these games. But hello Kepler! Welcome to the stream. How goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Oh god, opens fire. You should close the fire. Frog Rain is in progress. Hell yes. It's a week. It's already been a week? That's impressive, because it's just begun. I hope it gets better, though. Because that is 1 out of 7. Many more days left. And many more days left that I'm going to be streaming, because I'm going to be streaming every day this week. I've got some cool stuff lined up for this week. I've already prepared every single thumbnail, and tomorrow's thumbnail, one of my favorites. You give my shiny luck to me. Thank you, Tiny Rory. That'll be very helpful. Maybe I can get more than just one of the shinies. That would be cool. Right. I hope your week's been going well though. Happy anniversary. I mean, it's not yet. My anniversary is on Sunday. This is like the week building up, you know. This is like... I don't know what a comparison is. This is like Advent. That's what it is. Advent. This is Advent. I was trying to think of like 12 days of Christmas, but 12 days of Christmas are the 12 days after Christmas. Actually. And everybody always gets it wrong. The 12 days of Christmas aren't 12 days before Christmas. It's the 12 days after Christmas. Because on the 12th day, that's when the wise men arrived, I think. And then that's when you take your Christmas tree down and your decorations down. That's when you, like, pack up. Tomorrow's stream thumbnail and title just, I need help. Over and over, the whole thing, right? Chess, it's not. If I play chess, assume that I have been taken and am now being... I'm now, like, the person you see is an imposter, like from the hit video game Among Us, that appeared in hit movie Glass Onion. Which means that Daniel Craig knows what Among Us is. Which... I mean, I guess that's not that surprising. But it's still information that I wasn't sure I needed to die knowing. Is Nuzlocke going to be fresh or some progress to it? It's going to be a new Nuzlocke. Shiny Fuecoco will come? Hell yes. Among Us with viewers could be fun, TBH. Maybe. For now, it's going to be Mario Kart Monday on Friday. But yeah, the Nuzlocke Shiny will occur on number 291. I don't think I'm getting this stream. Anyway, what was it called? Nuzlocke will be starting tomorrow. It'll be a new Nuzlocke. It'll be Ultra Moon. Go Extreme, that would be sick. As in, with the Nuzlocke? Because I'm going to do a regular Ultra Moon Nuzlocke. Because, what's it called? I just want to experience the actual game, more or less as was intended. Because I really want to compare what I say is my favorite Pokemon game to, like, these games in Legends Arceus. Because I've not played through Ultra Moon since last year, actually. I played through Ultra Moon last year. But, I want to, like, remember what the game's like. And I'm gonna go from the start to Rainbow Rocket. The Nuzlocke only ends after Giovanni is down. Extreme Nuzlockes are hyped, though, not gonna lie. I'm gonna do an Extreme Nuzlocke again someday, I think. But, like, now I only do, like, one playthrough. And, like, there are, like, a number of things that I wanna do. You found a video of the OST of High School DxD, which is a theme for Riot's Grammary. The theme itself was nice to listen to. Hell yeah. Incineroar or Primarina are going to be the best choices. Darkest Lariat negates opponent's stat changes, but Primarina's coverage for most threats. Neither of those are in the game. The new like, not in the game Pokemon are are the Hisuian starters, so Rowlet, Cyndaquil, Oshawott. The Kalos starters, so Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. And the... what's it called? Gala starters, which is Scorbunny, Sobble, and Grookey. So those are all the starters that are in the game that you can't get. And then other than that, there are like a few legendaries like Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. Then there's... I think Diancie is in as a mythical. Zacian, Zamazenta, Eternatus, Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. There are a few, but, like, it's not loads. There's an Austin John Plays video on it. I'd recommend looking into it. Cahir is going to do an Ultra Sun and Moon playthrough. Alternate Crosma, may God have mercy on your soul. It's fine, I'll, think about how I'm going to handle that. I don't know, I've heard Zoroark is a good method, but I'd have to get a Zoroark in the trainer school, so... It's going to be a hard fight. Last time I did an Ultra... Okay, no, yeah. My first, like, Pokemon randomizer playthrough was, what was it called? Was Ultra Moon. Like, I'd gotten my new computer, and I decided that I wanted to at least factor Pokemon into my content. So I tried to do an Ultra Moon Extreme randomizer. I say try to, I succeeded, because every single one of the boss fights was incredibly underwhelming. I got, like, Pichu. I think one of them was, like, a Weedle. And Ultra Necrozma was an Aaron. And Hal's starter was Fearow. There was, like, one situation in which Hal beat me, and that's because he had a Groudon on his team. He didn't beat me, though. Like, I came out of the battle with, like, one Pokemon left, and then I had to pick my entire team back up, which was kind of stressful. But you know how it is. Zoroark saved your eyes for that fight. Yeah, I've heard Zoroark is very good for it. It was over in 2 turns because of foul play. Oh, that's true, because it's a Dragon Psychic type, isn't it? Yeah, if I can get a Zoroark, then that'll be very good. But... obviously, it's a Nuzlocke. Did I know that Gladion's battle music is a remix of Rescue Team music? I think I do. It's... the... forest. I can't remember if you fight Articuno in the Frozen Forest, or if the Frozen Forest is the route immediately after, is like the dungeon immediately after that you travel with Absol. But I've heard that it at least uses a lot of motifs from that song. Gladion's theme puts you in a good vibe. Gladion's got such a banging theme. Honestly, I was trying to add Gladion to a thumbnail and I succeeded. I got him mixed up with his mother. Gladion is in the second thumbnail. I'm kind of proud of, like, the first 2 thumbnails of, the Nuzlocke that I made, because I made all the thumbnails for this week, so I can focus on short production. And I'm, like, really proud of the first and second ones. I'm unsure of how the second one's gonna do, but I like it. But the third one, I'm not as sure about. Ultra Sun and Moon Nuzlocke leak, yeah. Oh god, the leaks. Nuzlocke leak. I'm gonna choose Poplio. I might not. I want to choose Poplio because Poplio is probably my favorite Alolan starter, and honestly one of my favorite, like, starters in general. But what's it called? I keep on forgetting to do the final, like, thing. Did I get Scorbunny? I did get Scorbunny. I've not got any shinies yet, though. If you mean shiny Scorbunny. But yeah, like, on one hand, I want to start with Poplio, because Poplio is one of my favorite starters ever. On the other hand, the first, like, proper rival fight with Hal, he has a Pichu and a Rowlet if you choose Poplio, which is a massively uphill battle, and, Rabbits have been hunted, exactly. How did you get it? How did you get Scorbunny? Where is it? Well, Scorbunny was in the Cinderace raid that occurred last weekend. And then there was one just at the New Year's as well. It's a 7-star raid, which means it's one of, like, the really hard ones. But if you do the Cinderace raid, then you can just breed Cinderace to get Scorbunny. Alright. Lucimi do kind of be a vibe. Second best MILF after the player character's mom. Cinderace raids take a good gimmick to win without fail. That's kind of true, honestly. I don't know, like, a gimmick or, like, perseverance and a bit of luck. I am not counting. This tiger ain't counting. Yeah, I'm interested to see how... Floating bags?! I'm interested to see how the Greninja raid is gonna be. Like, how hard it's gonna be. Luck, no crits. No crits, goddammit. No crits from you. Cinderace, plenty of crits. But yeah, I'm happy that they made the raids so hard. Because, like, it actually feels like an achievement to beat the, like, 6- and 7-star raids. You got a shiny Dino you can use for a new team and Salander. Yo, GG Emily, and hello! Welcome to the stream. I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. You think it'll be fine with the Slowbro strat? I don't know, because, Greninja does have Dark-type moves. So, I think it'd be at least risky. I think Shiny Hydreigon is in a Pokemon movie. It is, but it's only in half of it. Because it's in the, movies that released soon after Black and White, where there were 2 of them. One where Ash got Reshiram and the villain had Zekrom, and one where Ash got Zekrom and the villain had Reshiram. And in one of the films, there was a shiny Hydreigon. And in the other film, it was normal, because the shiny was a Golurk. I guess to make a few more version differences between the 2 movies. Black and White's the start of actual VGC. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Only thing would be either Dark Pulse or Night Slash, and you can lower the stats to a point where it won't matter. Snarl or Charm will do the trick while Slowbro sets up. What if... Wait, never mind. I was thinking like a universal... attack raising? Not attack raising. Defense raising move, like Howl. But I don't think there are any moves like that, so... Yo, looks like we'll be getting up to 100 for the first batch, which is nice. Right. Stockpile. Does Stockpile raise the stats of everyone in the thing, though? And it also only raises each 1-2 plus 3, right? After you do that, you can't Stockpile anymore. Unless I'm incredibly incorrect about this. Offline mode is a different story. That's true. Offline mode, you can't really set up with Slowbro if everyone else is, like, not... Yeah. I don't know, I feel like builds have to be different from, like, online to multiplayer, though. Because, like, online, you can basically guarantee the shield won't be up before you finish setting up, most of the time. But multiplayer, everyone's trying to deal damage to it. It wasn't even hunting the Pokemon. You just did random hunt in the area you were in. That's fair. I like hunts like that, because then it's a nice surprise. It's like a goodie box. Goodie box of a shiny to get. Alright. Shiny 100. Which means we're going to have to go back to the breeding now. Well, not back to the breeding. This is technically the first bit of breeding this stream. Because... what's it called? Yeah. But I'm going to do some releasing first, because I don't need all of these guys. It's interesting to see, like, the spread. Maybe I should have counted each one. I said this last time. If I do another roulette hunt, I might, like, count the, like, amount of each. Maybe if, maybe after Home comes out, I'll do this again, but with the Hisuian starters, so like Rowlet, Oshawott, and Cyndaquil. And then I'll like actually like see the percentage of each one, because that could be interesting to see. If everyone that you battle with is using the Slowbro stat, you can guarantee the kill. Oh yeah. Because the Slowbro stat is like very aggressive once it's been set up. And if you're using the Slowbro strat, but everyone else is trying to use the Dash Bun strat, then that's also another optimal way of playing it. Because the Dash Buns can howl, while 2 Dash Buns can howl, and then 1 can charm. Because the shields don't get set up until the end of the turn. Well, yeah, but you'd still have to, like, set up all the way first, right? I guess if you, like, set up a little bit, then all of them would be doing enough damage anyway, actually, wouldn't they? Names for female the dude. Do you mean, like, Doduo? Two-headed bird? Right. These guys are almost out the way, and then after that, I can get onto the breeding. Alright. Meant Doduo. Hell yeah, I like Doduo. Doduo is a fun little dude, you know? Just 2 heads, like, yeah. Love that. Good for Doduo, to be honest. To be perfectly frank with you. Good for Doduo. So head. Brugger's just doing an Nuzlocke. I think. Well, no, I don't think. Yeah, you know. Yeah, Brugger's just doing a leaf green Nuzlocke, right? LOL Gamer, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's been going well. Hope it's gotten off to a good start. But I'm doing a shiny roulette. Which means that I can... Oh, my... set up correctly. I'll need to make sure, because if the eggs are going into the wrong box, then that's just annoying. Yeah, the Pokemon that I get is going to be random. Alex Reacts, hello, welcome to the stream. How goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Today I'm doing a shiny roulette. I'm not sure if you heard me explain it before, so I will explain it again. But basically, I've got Charizard, Cinderace, and Skeledirge all in my team along with the Ditto, so it's going to be random what each egg is. So I don't know which one's going to be fine, which one's going to be shiny. Okay. Let's get a nice sandwich made up. Names for female Doduo. Anyone in chat got any good ideas? I am struggling. I'm trying to, like, think twins. But when you call your Cinderace, you immediately taught it Sucker Punch. That's fair. Sucker Punch is cool. I have done nothing with the Cinderace, because I was just immediately like, yes, it's shiny hunting time. Which it is. Alright. Now for the fun part. By fun part, I mean waiting. Waiting for eggs to hatch. But Emily taught me a cool trick the other week. If you start spinning and then just hold like one direction on the joystick, you will continue spinning and you won't stop. So I'm just holding up on the joystick and I'm still spinning, which I think is rather cool. It just means that I can spin while I wait. And who doesn't like spinning? I like spinning. I'm a big spin fan. Alright. Oh yeah! One thing that I'm like... Okay, no, I'm not starting to hate, I've always hated it. Like, Windows is so pushy with Windows 11. I know Windows 11 has been out for like over a year at this point, but my computer is still trying to pressure me into getting it. Like, every now and again, I'll boot up my computer, the full screen will, like, be taken over by, like, some fancy graphic, because it's like, it's time to install Windows 11. You definitely should do this. And then I have to, like, search the screen for a little, like, no, I don't want this button. And then I have to, like, go over and over again through, like, 30 different pages being like, no, I don't want Windows 11. No, I am an idiot and smell real bad. I don't want Windows 11, like, as it's trying to, like, pressure me into getting it. My PC is too shit for it, so you never get annoyed by it. That's fair. I'm jealous. My PC is determined for me to get Windows 11, and I really don't want it. I'm fine with Windows 10. Change is bad. I want Windows 10. So you wonder if you could get shut down. If you could shut down the Windows 11 spammer in regedit. I don't know what that is, so why is Scorbunny wrapped around my foot? Cinderace wrapped around my foot. I mean, what's up with that? Anyway, the first Ditter that you caught during the main story was Secret Ability. Oh, hell yeah. Was it like a Terra one? Because I know all the Terra types have, what was it called? Have their hidden abilities. Which I think is rather cool, because it actually gives you an opportunity to catch a hidden ability Pokemon during the game. Which I feel like most games kind of don't end up letting you do. Hey yo, Cinderace sus. Nah, he's like a little rabbit, dude. Sleeping in bed with my Cinderace is a normal thing to do. There's nothing weird about sleeping in the same bed as my Cinderace. It's you. You're the problem for thinking it's weird. In fact, taking my Cinderace's cock up the... Regedit means registry edit, where OS saves important values and data. Such as, where the fuck did I leave System 32? Do not touch unless you know what you're doing. That's fair. Unlike System 32, that thing has no safeguards and will let you kill your whole system. Oh no. Yo, we got 2 regedit explanations. It's computer's registry for doing its normal processes. You can change them to prevent actions that your computer normally does, or something similar. Ah, okay, I get that. I'm too lazy to do that, so I'm just going to continue complaining, because I'm a hater. Anyway. Let's check egg count, I think. How many eggs are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, we've got 8. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Stop changing it, you keep guessing. Okay. Everyone at the picnic, yeah, they are all snoozing. They are all taking a nap. None of them are awake. Yet I'm getting eggs. Me spin. Sleepy lads indeed. You say Windows 11 isn't bad on the whole. It's done a lot worse like Windows 8. Yeah, but is it better than 10? I'm fine with 10. Like, I just can't be asked to change from 10. Like, unless... I mean, I guess maybe that's, like, a more urgent thing. Is if, like... What's it called? Things start being made that aren't compatible with 10. But, like, things are still being made compatible with 7. I think it's only just now that they're going to start phasing that out. So I'm probably going to be fine for a bit. And, like, if the next update's going to be free anyway, then I can just update then. Okay, so it doesn't sound like you use Windows 7 with IE. No, I use Windows 10. Hyrible's new animation. I have barely seen it, but I don't know, it makes sense that it's like less intense, because the fights are open world. No offense to Windows 7 users, you just find it funny. They're getting Win 10 cousins. That's fair. Honestly, like, it's not like some kind of like, oh, Windows 10 is better. It's just like, I'm too lazy. I don't want to update. I'm always weird like that. Like, my phone, my Apple Watch, which is both broken now. It stopped working a few weeks ago. Which isn't that great at all, really. But I just, like, am weird about updating things, and I don't know why. Like, the one thing I consistently update is my Nintendo Switch, because I want to be able to use online functionalities. Well, if ever forces you to change because, they stop supporting it, it's not going to be too bad. But yeah, 10 and 11 are pretty similar. Exactly. I show speed is like... Okay, let's not mention other streamers, even if it is, like, a big one. Like, that's just not very nice. Alright. If so, gonna do some outsourcing. What are you gonna outsource? Okay, sorry, yeah, no worries. I just, like, would rather not. It's just a general can of worms that's probably better off not opened. Alright. Still no names? Okay. Female Doduo. Starts off with 2 heads, gets 3. Mandy. I don't know why. My mind just went to Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, so I'm just suggesting Mandy. Dude, Grim Adventures and Billy and Mandy slap. That show was great. Remember having you help with making Fakemon for the Pokemon campaign. Hell yeah. One shot finished after 3 months. Was gonna ask you guys for things from Australia and New Zealand. For example, you've given them glowing bugs, kiwi grass flying, and a ghost-type cat, and drop bears. Well, there should be at least one Pokemon based off of magpies that's overly aggressive. Because magpies in Australia are like demons. Like, they'll like dive at you and attack you when you're just outside. So maybe like some kind of like fighting flying type. Magpie. Maybe it's got like boxing gloves for feet. Alright, I'm gonna get more eggs. Alright. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We got 10, yo. The explosive fly that can break through windshields. Imagine physical attack a kilowatt troll. I'd rather not imagine kilowatt troll. I don't know, I don't hate kilowatt troll, I just find it unremarkable. I don't know why kilowatt troll has stuck out, in my, like, it says, like, had so little impact on me as a bird Pokemon. But I feel like it's probably one of the weakest, like, bird Pokemon in general. Like, I don't know, I don't like Toucannon all that much, even though, like, I am constantly cock-riding Gen 7. I don't really get how the Woodpecker evolves into a Toucan. And, like, it being just a normal flying type is kind of boring, especially after Talonflame implied they were going to break that trend, and they have continued to break that trend since. The fly that does what? The fly that explodes, one? When it hits windshields. Cinderace's new sounds during the picnic are irritating. It is very shrill, isn't it? I don't know, Skeledirge was funny earlier, as I was like getting my first batch of eggs, because it just started screaming. Like Talonflame did. Context? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the context. Rob said it, not me. My suggestion was magpies that attack people. Also, probably something based on the huntsman spider. I feel like that's one of the more iconic Australian creatures, if you've already got, like, a huntsman spider Pokemon. Maybe it's, like, thing as it hides, because huntsman spiders are often known to just, like, wandering into places that they probably shouldn't be in, and then frightening people when they, like, emerge. Like how they, like, crawl out in the car and then cause car crashes. Like, there are a decent chunk of car crashes in Australia every year caused by huntsman spiders being in cars. They're just like you for real. You hide in people's cars and make them crash? I'm not even going to question it. I feel like that's in character for you. 19, 20, 21... No comment, moving on. Understandable. Respectable, even. Trying to think of more, like, Australian things. Give Regieleki the ability Truant. I feel like that wouldn't fit. You'd have to, like, flavor it a bit more. I don't know, like, as long as Regieleki isn't, like, catchable in this game, like, it's fine, because it won't be allowed in tournaments. Like, Regieleki is in the game, so is Regidrago, but, like, as long as it isn't, like, in tournaments, it'll be fine. Basically, there's this bug that explodes with loads of goo on windshields in Australia. Oh, no. Jaleki were low on battery. Oh my god, yeah. It's just like a low battery. Just like sometimes it just has to recharge. Makes it impossible to see while driving. Maybe it explodes on people's faces and blinds them. Because like if this is a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, then like some like actual like player interactivity is probably a good idea. It's like if the bug could like explode or shoot goop at players, then like maybe they can't see for a bit because it's like covering them. What's the fastest thing that's currently in Scarlet and Violet? Regieleki. Or maybe Iron Bundle. I'm not sure if Iron Bundle is stronger. Not D&D, it's Pokeroll. Ah, understandable. I don't know, I've seen recently that like apparently Wizards of the Coast, who made D&D, are trying to discourage like homebrew shit and stuff. And are just all around being toxic to its fanbase. So I definitely want to try out other TTRPGs in the near future with my mates. I know that one of my friends... Okay, it took so long that you named her... Dodd Triplets. That's understandable. That's a nice name. Sorry, I just didn't have many brainwaves for Dodo. All I could think of was that manly one. Oh, another idea. Because it's IRL history, you can probably snag 1 or 2 Pokemon from Unova and Galar, giving them regional forms. That is also true. They aren't discouraging it, they're trying to make money from it. Take money from it. Issue is, the license they're trying to push. Doesn't matter, because they don't own the rights to major mechanics. Huh. I don't know, I know it's a shitty thing they're doing, from what I understand. It's a shitty, toxic idea, and they shouldn't be doing it. Okay, you can make your own homebrew as long as you don't quote their stuff. Oh, they don't know game mechanics. Oh, okay. Huh. It's extremely shitty either way. Yeah. Tis a shame. Alright. I decided I'm gonna ruin your days. Look at the nearest object and imagine what it would feel like to lick it. Because you can do that. You can imagine licking anything. Like, your tongue can already imagine the texture. Like, look at the fluffiest thing in your room. You can imagine what it would feel like to lag. Lag lick. Imagine just licking your tongue. Oh, that is a weird idea. Technically, you can already do that, though, because you can just bend your tongue over backwards and go... I don't know why I expected that to make, like, some kind of, like... sound that you'd be able to hear, you know? But I did. But yeah, like, just imagine anything in your room and your brain... Wait, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 27, 28... Okay, we need, like... No, wait, we've got 2 more. We should have a full thing now, unless I miscounted at some point. In which case, we won't have a full thing. No, we have more than a full thing. I miscounted wrong. I did miscount, but I miscounted in a way that I didn't expect to miscount. Which, of my brightest moves isn't really one of them, but anyway, it's egg time. Because you guys can imagine licking an egg as well, when you think about it. Which I guess is my whole point, is when you think about things you can imagine. Miscounted. I miscounted. But yeah, like a leaf, you know, you can imagine licking that. Like, anything in your room right now, you can imagine licking it, and your tongue will know. Your tongue will know what it feels like to lick. Sorry says Cloud's Eye would be a valuable choice. Ground poison, right? Maybe? Does Cloud's Eye have water absorb? Looks at the fiberglass in the basement walls. Forbidden cotton candy. Exactly. You can lick fiberglass without having to lick it. Honestly, though, fiberglass is impressive. How do they imagine to make that stuff taste like blood? Crazy. It has recover, stockpile, earth power, and acid spray. Interesting. I guess that would be a pretty decent choice. Which means the only big worry would be water moves. But it's probably going to have a lot of those, because it's water type primary. Cahir, no. I'm just saying. Fiberglass. Forbidden cotton candy. I don't know why it's forbidden. Tastes like blood. Don't know why it does that. I don't know how many years scientists took researching to make fiberglass that tastes exactly like blood. But they managed it. They managed it. For real, you're just gonna wait for the, set up what the Greninja's pool is. That's fair. I'm probably gonna end up making something ready for it, because... lazy. I'll also probably, like, not... I don't know, like, I'm not playing Scarlet and Violet in my free time much. If that makes sense. I'm mostly playing it on stream, because that means that, like, I'm not gonna burn out as easily. Why did we get 1 Fuecoco and then 4 Scorbunny this round? Well, you can see how many of each we got. We've got no Charmanders. Where's the... Okay, there's a Charmander there. Greninja, it's a pool? Move pool. How do you move a pool? You need a big spoon. I guess you're gonna need to call King Buck. Alright. I need to stop leaping. Leaping is too easy. I wonder if they added this place to, like, orbit for eggs. Because everybody quickly started using it. I like how, when a game releases, there's, like, the universal "this is where I'm circling to get eggs" area. We're gonna grab some water, BRB. Understandable, you guys make sure you're all staying hydrated. I'm gonna take a drink myself now, actually. But yeah, hydration is important. Do make sure you are all drinking water. Alright. It is hatching season, which means we're about to get a bunch of eggs. Circling aside from Platinum where the egg zone is event exclusive. As well as a whole route. As in like the Celebi Shaman route. The Shaman walk. What's up, hello Canon Plays? Today I'm doing, what's it called? Shiny Roulette. Where I'm either going to get Scorbunny, Charmander, or Fuecoco from each egg, so I don't know if I'll get a shiny or which one will be. But yeah, I hope your week's been well. I hope it's gotten off to a good start. Shaman and Seabreak Path, you thought so. Why not just hack? Back, welcome back. I mean, like, there's like a thing online now where you can like connect your DS to like fake servers of DS stuff, so you can get like any event, right? I'm pretty sure that's a thing now, isn't it? You tried to get a shiny Sandy Shocks, and you lost your Hubamiscas. Oh, that is not fun. That is not fun. Hopefully you can get some more. Sandy Shocks is an annoying hunt, because like the texturing on the metal Pokemon makes it so hard to see if they're shiny or not, I think. Which means you have to be very vigilant to look at their eyes. Look into the Sandy Shocks eyes. Alright. Felix, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you've been well. I hope you've been well. I'm doing Shiny Roulette today, where I'll be getting either any of the 3 fire starters officially released up until this point. Just untexture your mons with sandpaper. Legally, I can't recommend doing that. I just remembered that I did a thing. What was it called? Sandpaper treadmill. Which, interesting. Good luck. Thank you. Cannon, turn off autosave and use your herbs. Yeah. Resetting is your friend. Autosave, not. Fuck autosave. Me and my homies hate autosave. Good. The lingering fear that autosave is still on. Yo, 111? That is all ones. Glad those events are back from airplanes. Glad those event servers were back on when you played this game. Well, on back when you played this game as a kid. And or were an intended part of the game. Then Nintendo won't nuke soon. Yeah, no, that's fair. Honestly, I fear the day that they stop making like, or at least like stop making many physical copies of games. Because what's it called? I mean, we're seeing with the 3DS and Wii U eShop already. Like some games are just lost to history, going to be lost to history now. Like Fire Emblem Revelation. Like that's not a physical game at this point. I think that there's like a few copies of it physically around, but like overall, just gone. And like, while Fire Emblem Revelation does deserve to be forgotten to history, I feel like that shouldn't be a thing to begin with. You're 50-50 with autosave. You only use it if you're shiny hunting. But if you're not, you keep it on. That's fair. I don't know, I generally keep it off. Because, like, I don't know, I just don't see much use in it. Because I save enough anyway. And also if there's a one-time encounter. No, yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Those are the best times to keep it off. Like, I feel like it's a necessary part of the game because they're so bad, not bad, like glitchy sometimes. Like, I kept it off at first, But then my game crashed when I, like, went to fight Iono. Like, I entered her gym, and the game crashed. So, I then had autosave on, if that happened again. And I think it did, but, like, not with Iono. But, like, it meant that I didn't lose as much progress that time. But, like, yeah, it shouldn't be a thing that you have to have on it because you're scared of the game crashing. But yeah, like, video game permanence is, like, a very, like, fragile thing at the moment because of the prevalence of, like, online play. With, like, how some versions of the PS5 don't even have, like, a game card slot. And I wouldn't be surprised if other companies start following suit pretty quick. In fact, some games are cloud-only versions at this point. Which means if those servers are shut down, you don't have access to that game anymore. In fact, we saw that happen with Stadia. Which means that this is a thing that's already happened. But the, like, the Switch also uses a bunch of cloud games because it's, not powerful enough to run some games, like Kingdom Hearts. Which means Kingdom Hearts 3 is a cloud game. Guardians of the Galaxy, that game, cloud game. Which means if those services are shut down, that's it for those games on Switch. And they will be at some point, because they can't afford to keep them open for the rest of time. Games only survive if their community cares enough to make fake servers, and the company doesn't care enough to sue them into the ground. Exactly. Which is a big issue with Nintendo, because Nintendo are very eager to sue anyone into the ground. Like, what was it called? Some, like, loving father could make, like, a Pokemon fan game for his dying son, and Nintendo would still sue him. What's gonna happen when the cloud precipitates? Yeah. Exactly that. Though you had an idea. When you need to shut down your game servers down, release a server-side code to the community and keep charging for the client. You get a constant income stream and they keep the game. You see, that would be the smart idea. You just realize what Dracovish is going to be like when it moves to Scarlet Violet. It's not. Maybe it'll be in the DLC, but Dracovish is not in the game at the moment. And there's a chance it just won't be. Like, Dexit, dude. I fucking hate that name so much. Anyway, through home. It's not in the game. It's not in the game's code. You won't be able to transfer it through home because it's not in the game. Since Sword and Shield, not every single Pokemon has been in every single game. Like, there was a massive beef about it. Not with that attitude, it won't be. Nintendo probably eats babies. I wouldn't be surprised. Although, I wouldn't be surprised about, like, most corporations eating babies. It always surprises me when people act like these companies have empathy. Like, no, they don't. They're not your friend. Nestle eats babies, but only bay animals. No, I think Nestle eats babies as well. Oh, but only baby... Okay, yeah, only baby animals. No, yeah, I think Nestle eats human babies as well. Specifically, babies dying of dehydration, though. They don't like hydrated babies. Because, they like picking the skin off the bones. I'm saying some fucked up things today. Raisin babies, oh no! You thought Tulip was gonna be harder than Grusha, to be honest. That's fair. I was expecting that as well. like, I don't know, I was expecting, like, the order of things to, in fact, I expected rhyme to be quicker than, Grusha. Quicker? Harder. Why did I say quicker? I expected rhyme to be harder than Grusha. Because she was, like, further up on the map. Honestly, I was expecting Tulip to be an earlier on gym, and then I went into that cave area. And boom, level 40s, and I was like, oh. I'm not meant to be here for a bit, am I? And yeah, no, I wasn't. The chance of Tulip is basically fighting trainers, while Grusha's is just a slope. That's fair. It is, isn't it? Like, that minigame, I feel like it could have been harder. But, guys, keep being cursed. Every time you do great in airplanes. Okay, guys, let's be wholesome for once. Let's be real... Guys, let's be real wholesome. Let's just be real Guys, you're great. I love having... Like, streaming is great with you guys. I couldn't be happier to have you guys as my community. Because it actively makes me a lot more excited to stream knowing you guys are going to be in chat. You eat burger. Dude, that's the most wholesome message, actually. That's so wholesome. That is, I kid you not, you said that, and the last guy on your team just decided the trees look fun. Keep being wholesome, keep being wholesome. Chat, it's wholesome time. Chat, we gotta be wholesome. I like burgers as well. Guys, you know what I like? Cute animals. Cute animals, they're so adorable. I just want to pick them up and give them big hugs, you know? I just want to, my cat, I think she's on my pillow right now. She is very cute, actually. She is adorable. Sometimes she squeaks at me. That's a lie, she squeaks at me all the time. Barga is worse than Greninja? What? No, it isn't. Barga is not worse than Greninja. I would much rather eat a burger than a Greninja. Barga's better than Greninja. That's what I'm talking about. That is, I have been saying this. I have been saying this. Dude. That's oh my dude, that's like dude, it's like dude, it's like dude, it's like yeah, it's like yeah, dude, that's like wait, Pruga, was my clapping loud? I'm sorry. Connection to server lost. That's it, you're putting airplanes away. Dude, how's anyone gonna get anywhere now? Like, dude, that's... Dude, that's that's... Dude, I like dudes. Boat. Dude, that's so true, actually. I don't know why I hadn't considered that before. Boat. You get confused between signs. That's fair. I used to get confused between signs when I realized it's like... So the arrow points in, like... points to the bigger number. That's how I remember it. The arrow is always pointing to the bigger thing. Like, the signs, they're arrows. And they're always, like, pointing to the bigger number. People always, like, describe it as crocodiles, and I'm like, no, you are overcomplicating it. It's like Pac-Man, he used the bigger thing. I kind of get that, but I don't know. Like, that has to make me, like, think through it more. Like, I just think of it like it's an arrow pointing to the bigger number. Because... No, it's... The bigger thing is the smaller thing. The arrow's pointing to the bigger number. Does it? Oh no, now I'm confused. I thought the arrow pointed towards the bigger number. The arrow points to the smaller number. I'm wrong. How long have I been wrong for? I feel like I've been good at maths. What? What? But maths was like the one thing I'm supposed to be good at. You can type, you have that still. That's true, I'm great at touch typing. I'm really quick at touch typing. Wait, this entire batch was just Fuecoco, what the hell? Anyway, okay, yeah, so the arrow points towards the smaller number. If that helps. That's the real way of doing it, I guess. How long have I been thinking of it like that? Wait, I have to check something. Fuecoco bites down on the smaller number. That's also true. Wait, but I got it right the first time! When Amoy said Burger... Greninja... The arrow was pointing to the burger. Which means the burger was smaller than Greninja. So then, in between that and me saying how it works, I managed to get it confused and wrong. I was right, like, less than a minute before I got it wrong. My brain is hurting so much. I hate mathematics. Mathematics was like the only thing I did good in A-level. I failed the other two things I took. I did not fail maths. But I have somehow become just confused. Not even bad, just confused. I've just confused myself. That's what's happened here. I'm just confused. Dom? Dom? .domain isn't a thing, Worm. Don't be silly. It's not. There's .domain isn't. It's not .domain. That would make sense, but it's not domain. I'm going to reshape your intestines like a balloon animal. Dude, that sounds so fun. That sounds kind of festive, actually. That sounds actually kind of... That's actually kind of quirky when you think... That's kind of like... That's kind of like quirky when you think about it, isn't it? Right, let's make a sandwich. Big sandwich fan. I love I have sandwiches like every day. Quirk this motherfucker. That's so fun. Wait, what do you mean? What the fuck? It's like everybody loves balloon animals. Imagine like being able to open like a flap in your stomach and like being able to show like a little doggy. Be able to show like a little doggy in your bowels. I guess you could do that if you ate a dog as well. I just swallowed it whole like a snake. Like open your mouth like real wide, like ah. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? But I'm trying to threaten you here. You put away your airplanes and you're cursed again. What is this? I mean, to be fair, we were trying to be wholesome, specifically to spite your career. It's like, it is a conspiracy. That's true. It's a conspiracy like the fact that the Titanic was only found because the US wanted to look for sunken nuclear submarines that had sunk in the area, and they decided they'd use finding the Titanic as a cover, and they did find the Titanic, but they also found nuclear submarines. Fun facts with Cahir. Another fun fact! Magical Map, hello, welcome to the stream! How goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Why couldn't they add burgers to picnics? I mean, there are burgers. And I think there's cheese. So you could make like a cheese burger sandwich. Which, by definition, is kind of a cheeseburger. It's just in a sub sandwich instead of an actual burger. So it's like a long burger. Long burger. Long burgers sound cool, actually. Because then you could cut it into 3 and you'd have like three smaller burgers. Looking for Greninja. Well, Greninja isn't out for another like 2 weeks. So you can't legitimately get it. Unless like you know a hacker. Then you cannot get it. You also can't, like, get it through trade. You have to, be in someone else's picnic and have them breed a Greninja egg. Froakie egg. Cahir's reached maximum velocity. Takeoff imminent. Counting down to jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I couldn't do the game crash, unfortunately, but I did the next best thing. Wait, that's meant to be a whole number. Why was that not a whole number? Well, I guess it is a whole number. Meant to be like a multiple of 5. Can I do today's Cinderace raid? No, I'm shiny hunting today. I want to shiny hunt today. That's the goal for today. Isn't Cinderace... Didn't its raid end yesterday anyway? I swear it ended. Right? Right? Am I correct on that? So I told that guy earlier that it wasn't available anymore. Because I thought it was only a Friday to Sunday thing. At the weekend. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm correct. If I check the map, then I'll get rid of the eggs in the basket. And I want to save up a bunch of eggs. Because if I get like 10 at once, that's more satisfying than like 3, you know? Anyway, yeah, let's go. Rob's always right. That's like his thing. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are only 6. I guess I can check now, actually, now I think about it. Anyway, like, even if there is one here, I'm not gonna do it, because I'm shiny hunting today. Oh. Oh, would you look at that? I think that's because I'm not connected to the internet yet today, though. Like, I couldn't do that. If I go online to do that raid, it'll go away. Like, I have to do that raid solo if I'd want to do it, but I don't really want to do it, because I've already got a Cinderace, and I'm shiny hunting today. Raid streams on, not every Friday, but some Fridays, because Fridays are like, sometimes they're like a miscellaneous stream, but I try to keep Friday to Community Day. But yeah, I just think it's one of those situations where, like, because I'm not connected to the internet today, it's still there. But I got my Cinderace and it's in a fastball, so I wonder if they're going to do the starters with raids. Because if they do the starters with raids, then maybe I'll breed up another Quaxley to put it on like a dive ball or something. Wait, so if you check the Pokeball news, it kills the raid exactly. Well, not if you check the news. I think if you just connect to the internet. Like, connecting to the internet at all will kill the raid. Because that's when the raid updates. Like, you just have to connect to the internet and then, like, the new raid season will begin. Unlike in Sword and Shield, which doesn't quite do that. I mean, unless... So basically you have infinite raids once you don't do it. I think so, yeah. Which, to be fair, is probably why you can only get one of each. Not just because you could farm them with other people, but you could farm them infinitely yourself. You spin. I do spin. That's exactly right. Alright, let's get some more eggs. Technically, I'm on 7, actually. So that's 8. 9. Okay. That's 9. Right, I'm gonna go to the toilet quickly. But once I am back, we're gonna be continuing the hunt, so do make sure to stick around. I'll be right back. And I am back. Back again. Tell your wives, tell your friends. It'd be cool to catch 2 or something so you can have different sets. But event piss, hell yes. I don't think you can dupe items anymore, I'm pretty sure they patched that. Right, I'm gonna get some more of these. What's that? 8? 9. No, wait. 9, 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Okay. Anyway, what was it called? Question for the age-old debate. Toilet seat. Whose duty is it to put it down? People who want to take, like, who want to do the business with it down? Or people who want to do the business with it up? Who should have to put the seat down? The vets. The white veterans? I don't know any veterans. Who's supposed to do it then? Yeah, you can do it another 6 times. Specifically. On the 6th time you die, isn't it? But yeah, whose duty is it to put the, like, the toilet thing down? Well, that just means you can't put down the seat. But yeah, is it the person who pisses with the seat up? Or the person who pisses with the seat down who should, like, flop it around? Or I guess the person who shits with the seat down. If you shit with the seat up, that's, I fear you. But not in, like, a would run when see you way. Anyway, I'm gonna cut to the chase. The correct answer is everyone. Put it down after you're done. Okay. BRB, brush teeth, have fun. Tell your toothbrush I said hi. Imagine using the seat hovers above the bowl via fart powers. Interesting. Anyway, everyone should put the seat down. Because the toilet seat lid is there for a reason, and it's to stop shit particles being sprayed across the bathroom. Like, you're meant to put, like, the whole thing down. Because when you flush, it just sprays shit particles everywhere. Which means your toothbrush, if it's anywhere near your toilet, covered in shit. And you're putting that in your mouth. Every day. Every day you're putting shit in your mouth. Well, you're gonna go now. See you all. Understandable, Kepler. I'm sorry for ruining your day, I guess. No, yeah, understandable. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Shit's on your toothbrush anyway. Oh. But yeah, put your lids down. That's the take. That's today's lesson. Put the toilet seat lid down. Wait, what were we on? I feel like it was like 14. I didn't want to talk to you, Charizard. Go away. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. We have only got 6 left. But yeah, put the toilet seat lid down. I'm gonna be honest, I'm acting high and mighty. I didn't realize this until the other day. Like, I could have realized it if I put critical thought into it, but I needed someone to lay out the facts for me to be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you know? Like, you know how, like, something's obvious, and, like, you know the truth, but, like, you've never put all the pieces of the puzzle together that form the truth before, even though you have them all. Like, you have every single piece of the truth, and if you put it together, you can figure out the big picture, but, like, you just don't do it because you don't think that you need to do it, and then you finally do it, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm putting shit in my mouth, you know? You guys relate to that? that relatable. That like because like I do that often. Like sometimes someone's like, "Did you know this?" And I'm like, "Well, like no, but yeah." You're gonna go now. Good luck with the hunt. And you're 100% gonna be around for the Nuzlocke tomorrow. Fair enough, Aimwise. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And hell yeah, I'm looking forward to the Nuzlocke. It's gonna be cool. I love Gen 7, and I'm looking forward to giving it another go. You thinks? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that one. That you think, that is. But yeah, that guy's kind of... Oh, hello, Charizard. Charizard just phased into existence. Oh, I wonder how many Charmander eggs we're gonna get here, because those guys are sleeping together right now. Like, they're on each other. Anyway, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. Which means we'll probably... I'm not sure if I have 31 or maybe like 32 eggs, I'm gonna be honest. 30 exactly! Oh, crazy that. I miscounted, but because I got one extra egg, it all worked out in the end. Anyway. Alright, you wanna know what I found out recently? Hal, from Howl's Moving Castle, in the English dub, is voiced by Christian Bale. Like, American Psycho Man. Patrick Bateman. Or Batman. He's also been Batman. But I feel like American Psycho is like his more iconic role at the moment. I guess Gordon... You know what? Doesn't matter. Christian Bale voiced Howl. Well, I think I know who that is. Does not know who this is. American Psycho Man, you know, Mr. Sigma? Mr. Sigma male guy? With, like, do you know, like, the scene where they're, like, comparing business cards? And, like, people have edited over it with, like, Sonic OCs, furry OCs, waifus, all that stuff. Do you know Gore the God Butcher from Thor Love and Thunder? You're sad to say that you've missed a meme. I feel like a meme can't be used to, like, explain how big of a thing. Oh, okay. I've hit a memory. Like, the internet was covered with, like, Christian Bale, Patrick Bateman memes. Being like, oh, me on my way to insert toxic ideation here. There are too many of them. But there's also the one where he's just wearing headphones, and it's like me walking into class. And he's like... Was he the dude who got mauled by a bear? No? I'm guessing you mean the movie Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. Who did get mauled by a bear in that movie. Christian Bale, however, all men look the same to you. That's fair. Even me, with my tiger ears. Anyway. Yes. Crazy that. I should rob worms sometime. They wouldn't be able to identify me in a lineup. I mean, I wouldn't do that. And if someone pointed to a dude on the street and said, "Yo, that's Cahir," you'd believe them. Crazy. If I'm ever in the vicinity of Worm, I'm going to troll them with this. I'm gonna, like, point to a random person and say, "Yo, that's CahirLIVE." And they'll be like, "Yo, but I'll be CahirLIVE. It's me." Crazy. Bonkers, even. Dude, that guy's screaming. I love Fuecoco. His face, a lot of thought goes on behind those eyes, and I respect that. I respect that a lot. I respect that. A whole fucking lot. What have I done? A whole fucking lot. Alright. Scorbunny! Hey! Little guy. Alright. 2 left. Okay, which is exactly what it says on the thing. Wow, I'm doing trustworthily this time. That's crazy. I saw an interesting question the other day. I'm going to bring it up now. So, if you attempt to shoot someone with a gun, but it isn't loaded, it's not a loaded gun, and you don't know that it isn't a loaded gun, but you try to kill them with it, even though it's not loaded, so it doesn't work, that's attempted murder. That is attempted murder. Now, in another situation, if you genuinely thought you were a wizard and could, like, cast fire out of your hands and try to, like, incinerate someone, that wouldn't be attempted murder, obviously. Where's the line? How ridiculous does a thing have to be before it's no longer considered, like, the crime? Because there's got to be a dot on that like, on that line, in between those two things, where it is no longer a crime, when it becomes too ridiculous to be a crime. But, like, at what point? You know? At what point is that line drawn? Because, like, if you genuinely believe that you're about to incinerate this guy with the power of your mind, like, there's no difference between that and thinking you're going to shoot a guy with this gun, but it's not loaded. Like, that's, like, the same intent behind those, the same level of intent behind those actions. So, like, where's the line drawn? I guess if it were, if the thing you try to do is feasible, then it's a crime. Like, if you think saying Ooga Booga kills people, saying Ooga Booga won't get you sent to jail. That's fair. I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, an unfeasible but feasible situation to apply that to now. Because, like, there's got to be, like, a... line even there. Like, you could feasibly kill someone by beating them to death with a foam sword. So that'd get you done for, would it? If you try to kill someone with a foam sword? If you hit them for a while. Well, yeah, but would that be an attempted murder charge, though? Would that be the charge you get from that? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so like I can't say for certain if that wouldn't. But you'd probably just get done for harassment instead of attempt. But it could be. Yeah, but like exactly, you wouldn't get charged for like murder. So I guess you'd still be charged for like a crime there. But that just has another segment, another catchment zone in our thing. Well, like on one end, that was attempted murder. And on the other end, like, that just was not attempted murder. But, like, in the middle, like, it's still a crime. You guess, you need Soul. That's fair. I need Soul, but not like... Yo, we got a Charmander over this time. I need Soul, but not like... Not as a lawyer. As, like... Carnally. You know? Sometimes I say things and I realize I'm a straight man. But you never catch me saying that shit about, like, women. Like, especially considering I'm a VTuber, you know? Like, if, like, anyone is considered unreasonably horny, it's VTubers. And, like, I am. But it's just not for, like, a type of people I'm attracted to, you know? I want to know what the psychology behind that is. Because, like, it's not just me who does that, you know? Like, it is, like, a common bit that, like, sexuality VTuber. But it's not, because I wouldn't fuck a VTuber. Unless it's me. If CahirLIVE, if I arrived on my doorstep, like, me arrived on my doorstep, I would definitely have sex with him. This is what I mean! The conversation drifts away for 2 seconds and I'm immediately back to doing it. What on earth is this conversation? I don't know anymore. I don't know. I am unaware. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't help that the franchise of choice that I play is, like, Pokemon. I mean, like, it doesn't help in an awful way, but, like, it doesn't help. Because, like, I can't really lust for, like, a solid 75% of the characters in Pokemon because they're children, or, like, at least ambiguous. Like, Arven has sideburns. 15-year-olds can grow sideburns, though. But there are also, like, literally adults in the school. So, like, Arven's age could be an adult. Is it, though? You know? Melanie, however. Melanie? Is that her name? No, Melanie is the... I'm forgetting the names now. Nimona. No, I don't mean Nimona. Nimona's the rival. I mean the bug gym leader. Melanie! Melanie's the MILF from Sword and Shield. She fits! She fits what I'm saying. But she doesn't fit what I'm saying. It's a short name. Katie. Is it? Yeah. Katie, the bug gym leader. I like her. She's hot. Record that. That is the first time CahirLIVE has ever shown lust for a woman on stream. Which is weird. Because I'm straight. I don't think it is, but... Clip. But yeah, like, like, a lot of gym leaders are fine. Because, like, they're, like, you know, obviously adults. Like, unambiguously. A lot of the time, like, Nessa. Olivia. Is that her name? No, Olivia, yes. I meant Olive. That is her name, right? No, Tulip. Why am I so bad with names at the moment? What? I'm about to, like, stumble into the wrong pond if I keep on, like, forgetting everyone's names. Dave. Dave, that's the character I'm talking about. But yeah, like, Larry? That's fair. I can't slay people who lost after Larry. Not because I do Larry, but because he's an adult. Unambiguously an adult. I'd say, like, a decent chunk of the Team Star dudes as well, like... I don't know, I wouldn't, like, inherently judge you. Because I'd say there's, like, ambiguity there. But... I mean, I'm sure most of them would be old enough right now. Some of the game's been out for, like, 20 years. I mean, yeah, but, like... if you're attracted to... fucking Dawn from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, while she's still, like... if you're attracted to her because of her design, I'd say that's a little bit sus, because Dawn is just straight up a child, like, by her design, you know? I don't know why I took what you said seriously, because I processed in my head that it was a joke. I mean, I assume it was. But yeah, like, I'd say Red and Blue are the only characters that can really apply to, because, Red and Blue are the only characters who have been, like, aged up to adults. Oh, and, Abigail? From the hoe in Battle Frontier, who then appears in Sun and Moon in the post-game there. Because, like, she seems pretty young in, like, her first appearance, but, like, is very clearly an adult in that side quest. Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? I wish I could control the weather. Controlling the weather would be so cool. Like, imagine being able to control the weather. Like, imagine, like, walking out one day and it's, like, really fucking sunny and hot, and you're like, wow, this is unbearable. Boom, it's overcast, it's cloudy, it's no longer so scorching that my balls are going to, like, melt off. Like, that's not a thing anymore, because I just made it nice and overcast, and now it's just a little bit uncomfortable. I'd accidentally flood England with rain in, like, a week. Why would you want it to rain that much? I can appreciate rain, but, like, not loads of rain, not torrential rain. Like, a nice, calm rainstorm, that's, like, good. Boom, let's make our oxygen. That's true, if you could control the weather, you could probably, like, solve climate change. So that's another reason that controlling the weather would be goated. It would also be great for picking up, like, probably just, like, one-night stands, honestly. Because, I don't know, I feel like if someone's sleeping with you because you control the weather, that's not going to be a relationship that lasts. Makes the weather farts perish. That would, because methane is very bad for the atmosphere. I'm not sure if that was the joke you meant, or if you were just trying to be like, haha, stinky. But, like, because farts are, like, very, like, methane-y, that's, like, one of the worst, like, gases to be in the atmosphere. We got a lot of Charmanders in this one. Anyway, could you make the weather change in just one room? Or over just one person? I mean, like, probably. You can control the weather. You could force it into, like, a small weather cycle. Why, would you make it do that thing where it rains over, like, specifically one person? You want to, like, show that, like, you're having a bad day, so you just make it rain over you specifically. And, like, you bring out an umbrella, and then you make it so it's, like, windy just for a second. Sunak is getting hailed to death. I feel like I'm going to be put on a watch list for reading that out loud. But, I'm probably already on a watch list, actually. Isn't there, like, that thing where, like, most of America is on a terrorism watch list? Because, like, you don't live life without saying at least one vaguely sus thing. Depends if it's the same type of stand as Star Platinum. Like, there was that thing. I'm not sure if it was, like, straight up most Americans, but, like, at least a few million Americans are on the terrorism watch list. Like, are on, like, the FBI's, like, terrorism watch list. Because everybody at some point says something vaguely anti-government enough to, like, warrant it or whatever. Or, like, uses the wrong keyword in the wrong order when, like, speaking with a friend online. I don't think, actually, yeah, you know what, that's the end of that sentence. Don't worry, Worm, it's a I mean, I guess we'll find out who Worm was talking to then. I was thinking about that the other day. I can't remember if I actually talked about this on stream or not. Or what if I just went down here to picnic? I could just do that. But yeah, I'm not sure if I want a shiny one of these guys. These guys are cool. You're riddled with JoJo references you should never comprehend. Understandable. Fuecoco, what did you bring to the table? You ended this Zodiac streak. I think that was more of like there were a few stretches in that, weren't there? Like calling Typhlosion a rat, right? Pretty sure that was a thing. Where Typhlosion was deemed as a rat. Like, at Day's End, I think that was more of like a fan idea than like anything official. But yeah, I was thinking about it. I realized my favorite JoJo parts are the ones where the main character doesn't get an absurdly broken power-up at the end. Because, like, I get it. It's cool to, like, see the person get, like, a massive strength boost at the end. We don't know what the Melon Typhlosion animal is supposed to be. Exactly. It says more of, like, a gopher. A gopher these nuts! Dude, you got me. I mean, like, it's more of, like, a weasel of some kind, right? Definitely some kind of, like, small mammal. Small rodenty mammal. But... Alright. Wait, I just realized, am I on the right box? I just pressed the fucking button, I'm going to cry. Wait, what? You spaced out? Fuecoco supposedly broke, like, the Zodiac theming of the fire starters, but I was saying wasn't that technically broken by Typhlosion, who doesn't really fit into any of the categories, and is, like, said it's, like, the rat, but it's not really a rat. Unless I'm, like, forgetting something. Alright. Oh, you're a goofy goober. Hell yeah. I never actually watched SpongeBob. That's my confession. SpongeBob was another thing I watched. Because I decided that I didn't want to watch Nickelodeon for no real reason. Which is a shame, because it meant I never got to watch Avatar The Last Airbender as it was airing? But, like, that's a me issue. I've seen it now. It's a good show. But yeah, what was I saying before? Alright, yeah. Like, it feels like there are a lot of JoJo's who get, like, massive power-ups at the end of that part. I'm gonna, like, name drop, like, Jotaro and Giorno, because those are, like, the obvious ones who everybody knows about, you know? But, like, I feel like it's better when the villain's the one who gets the power-up. Because there's always gotta be that power-up at the end of the part. Because even if the main JoJo doesn't get the power-up, the villain does. I feel like there are a few situations it works out well in a way that I feel satisfied with the story all around. That song is stuck in your head. You almost forgot it, but Rob decided to say Gopher. He has cursed you. But yeah, like, what was it called? Yeah, like, every part seems to end with, like, some kind of sand power-up. Hell, every part since part 2 has ended with the villain getting some kind of power boost. I mean, if you count Pluck, even Jonathan kind of got a power boost. Anyway, back onto the point. I feel like the parts where, like, there isn't some crazy power boost. Well, so much power in one word, exactly. But yeah, that's why I like Stone Ocean the most. Because, like, I don't know, it just kind of cheapens it, I think. I've been thinking about this the past few days, because I want to, like, pinpoint the part that, like, makes me prefer when characters don't get massive power-ups at the end. I think it's because I like to see them with their main power set, you know? I like to see them use their power set, that, like, they've had the whole time, and have been using creatively to solve the issue, and, like, that's what happens in Stone Ocean. Is pre-established powers are what beat the final boss. Like, there's no, like, arse pull of it. There is kind of a power-up, but it's a power-up very well pre-established, that the whole series has basically really been working at. Poochie really worked for that. No, yeah, that's not what I'm saying. Like, Poochie deserved it, but Poochie also deserved it because he's the villain. Because one thing you've really got to consider with narratives is bad things happening to, like, the protagonist or good things happening to the antagonist. Those are often fine, even if they are arse pulls. Like Kira. Because you're setting up something for the main character to overcome, the protagonist to overcome. But it's bad when you give the protagonist an arse pull at the end, because it feels like they didn't earn their victory. Like, obviously it's better if the antagonist does earn their power-up. Who's Poochie? Is it a cheap Gucci ripoff? No, it's the antagonist of, Part 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The protagonist of Part 6, I'm pretty sure, did have a Gucci collaboration, though. Like, there was some, like, art with her in, like, Gucci clothes. But yeah, there's an item there I haven't got. Anyway, like, I'd say in a narrative, it always is fine if you give your antagonist a power boost at the end. As long as it's not, like, too much of an arse pull. Because, like, it's always good to see the hero, like, have to overcome something with the odds incredibly stacked against them. When you give the hero that kind of power boost, then that kind of cheapens the impact of their victory, because all of a sudden it's not just them who won it, it's them with the power boost that gave them the strength to overcome it, you know? Like, I feel like there are some situations in which it kind of works. Like, Jotaro getting Star Platinum, the world kind of fits in fighting the world, because it's putting him and Dio on an even playing field, you know? It's not like he got a power that could specifically counter the enemy stand user's big ability that completely flipped the fight on its head and gave him the advantage all of a sudden. I'm not referencing a specific JoJo part. I'm not referencing three specific JoJo parts. Why has it happened so many times? The villain needs to earn their power like Megatron. I mean, like, it's good when the villain does earn their power, but, like, my overall opinion on it is it doesn't matter if it is an arsehole, because the villain getting that power doesn't matter as much as the hero getting that power matters. Because if the hero gets, like, a massive power-up and wins because of it, all of a sudden their victory doesn't feel as earned, because they just were given a power by the story. Like, obviously, even if they did earn it, I'd say it sometimes doesn't feel as earned of a victory, because it meant that they just got the power to win at the end. I prefer to see the hero win with the strength that they already have. But that's just a personal preference. I'd say overall it's better if the hero doesn't get an arsehole power-up, rather than the villain, because if the villain gets an arsehole power-up, all that is another obstacle for the hero to like, surmount. Because that makes the heroes battle harder, which makes you more likely to root for them, because that puts them in a much more underdog situation, if that makes sense. I'm gonna get the eggs quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hell yeah. Bye. Goodbye, Brugger. Thanks for coming. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Alright, I'm gonna take a drink quickly as well, because that, like, ramble has made my throat dry. But yeah, I rather stories where the hero overcomes a trial via their own power that they've grown up until that point. Like, obviously the hero getting stronger isn't my issue. Even if there is some giant power boost that the hero gets at some point. But I'd rather they not beat the final villain with that power, you know? Like, not that power. I'd rather they not beat the final villain... get the final power when beating the final villain. Because often when that happens, the fight is, like, at least drastically leveled. If not, they're given an insane advantage. Like, maybe Part 5. JoJo Part 5, I mean. I don't know, I feel like JoJo Part 5 does it better, though, because JoJo Part 5, the final fight, is technically the race to the power-up. So, like, the power-up is the reward for winning the fight. It's like... I know there are video games where I could use as an example, but I can't remember them. But there are definitely video games where, like, you winning a fight ends in, like, a thing where you decimate your opponent. But, like, it's not like winning the fight is decimating your opponent in itself. It's only after the fight's ended that you get a cutscene of decimating your opponent. That's basically what the end of Part 5 was. You know? If that makes sense. Anyway, that's Cahir's media breakdown. I just think arsehole powers are lame. Anyway. Do 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 ba 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 da ba ba ba. But those are swaying, dude. Those trees be swaying. Pokemon like to sleep a lot, if I've learned anything from camps. Is that Pokemon just spend a lot of their day just sleeping. Hello, Cinderace. Hi there. What's even going on here, huh? Just standing very close to me as I'm spinning around. Just Cinderace just basically staring into my ear. While just standing. While I'm just trying to spin around. Cinderace is basically, like, breathing on me. With just a very vacant smile. I'm gonna get some more eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, so that's 16. Oh yeah, was gonna ask. Sorry for bringing it up. No worries, no worries. I was honestly thinking about talking about Genshin in a moment anyway, because I think most of the other people have gone, which means it is fine to talk about Genshin because I'm not gonna bore people. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get Beidou because I want the Beidou C1. Honestly, I've been like trying to find like a domain to grind in to like get a character to have a foothold. All of the level 90 domains are so fucking hard. Like, I tried the Thundering Fury one, and I could just about get through that one by, like, the skin of my teeth, because it gives you, like, the 2 witches at the end. But it's annoying, too, because there's so much going on the screen that it kind of starts overwhelming me. So I was like, okay, I'll try a different one. So then I, like, was like, I don't know, I'm gonna build Sucrose, I think. Because I know, like, Barbarous is another one that I could do, but that's a very hard one. Because of the Rift Walls. So I was like, I don't know, I'll do like, Sucrose or something. So I tried Sucrose's domains, and one of them had, like, a witch and one of those, like, guys in it. And then 3 guys who keep trying to freeze you, which obviously isn't good because Barbara's there. So I tried, like, I think it's more of a artifact set meant for Skara, but I tried it all the same. And I didn't get that far in that one, because, like, it was close to stream anyway. So I just decided to back out of it and do other things for a bit. But, like, even then the opponents were, like, destroying me. Oh, right, and the Noblesse set puts you up against, like, 3 Abyss Mages. Not Rift Mages. And they were just doing so much damage. Like, it's probably because my characters are all sitting around level 80 and unbuilt. But it feels like I'm trying to participate in a pyramid scheme, where to get good 5-star artifacts, I need good 5-star artifacts. I'm guessing I need good 4-star artifacts to get good 5-star artifacts. But I've not gotten good 4-star artifacts. Nahida's is pretty doable. Okay, I might try Nahida's then. The issue is I've been thinking about making a team without Nahida for a bit. Because then I can, like, use Chi-Chi, I guess. And other characters. But I guess I should probably not ditch Nahida, because she's a pretty good character. I also kind of rely on Virgin a lot. Like, I was grinding for the... I've now got all the materials I need to get Sucrose to level 80. 70. And the Animo Hypostasis was incredibly easy because of Virgin. I could get it done in, like, 3 phases. Because I don't know how to kill it when it, like, goes to the final bit. Miss Fo Shizzle, hello! Welcome to the stream. I hope your week's been well. How do we do a roulette? I mean, yeah, it's rather simple. Basically, when you have multiple Pokemon who can breed, in a picnic together, like, they all might produce eggs. So I could get a Cinderace egg, Charizard egg, or Skeledirge egg from the basket. So I don't know what each egg will be. Well, I do know what each egg will be, because I can check the Pokeballs. But if I ignore the Pokeballs, I don't know which egg will be. And what I really won't know what will be is if any of them will be shiny, and which shiny I'll get first. Right, let's get a few more eggs. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22... Okay, yeah. Let me know if you need to team up. Happy to do a carry. I was gonna maybe ask at some point in the week, but yeah, I've been busy today because I had to get my ear looked at. But yeah, so what you need is like a foreign Ditto, and then up to 5 of like any Pokemon you want a shiny of, and then just shiny hunt Masuda method. Sorry, I got distracted. Spinning is a funny mechanic, because, like, I always want to go as fast as possible. So I always get distracted to go, like, fast. This is the fastest I've been while, like, just holding the stick down. Like, normally I slow down a little bit before, but, like, nope, I've not slowed down at all. I'm just grooving. The issue is this Fire Emblem Engage comes out on the 20th, so I'm not going to have that much time to do Genshin stuff. Whoa, that's 4 days away. Crazy, that. I need to do some video editing before then, because I'm going to want to, what's it called? Sorry, I got distracted by my character's face, because, like, I'm spinning left to right, but my face looks like it's spinning right to left. No, wait, I am spinning right to left. Am I? No, I'm spinning left to right. What the hell? That wasn't as fast as I was going before. Oh yeah. You're out of money, so you need to buy a new dishwasher. That's fun. But that is not that fun. I would say, personally. Yeah, I'm running low on money. I'm not sure if I'll be able to buy Tears of the Kingdom. Because obviously I'm going to want the Pokemon DLC, I'm going to want Pal World, and I'm going to want... Well, I do want Fire Emblem Engage, and I kind of want the DLC as well. So I might not end up getting Tears of the Kingdom, which is a shame because I do... Breath of the Wild is, like, my favorite game. But... I don't know, at this point, like... At this point, I don't know what Tears of the Kingdom is going to be like in comparison to a lot of other things. Like, Engage, I've seen most of. I really like Fire Emblem as a formula, and I really like the fact that it's returning to the series roots a lot more, so I'm looking forward to Engage. Pal World, I want to do on stream. Pal World looks fucking ridiculous, but really funny. Because, like, it's a Pokemon knockoff, but they give you guns. Hopefully they'll come up near your birthday or something. That would be ideal. I mean, I think it's coming out in May, so that is kind of close to my birthday. But yeah, and then the Pokemon DLC, obviously I'm going to stream that as well, and I want the Pokemon DLC because it's the Pokemon DLC, so I was probably going to get it anyway. I was thinking, is that the Great Creator? And it's just not. I'm just dumb. Okay, I'm going to see how many eggs we got now. That was the stumble after spinning for like the past 3 minutes. Anyway, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, 31. Boxes. Do we got 30 eggs? We got 32 eggs. I was incorrect in my counting, but I'm always incorrect in my counting, so it does not matter. Spoiled immersion. Didn't commit on the floor and die, exactly. Didn't keel over. Vomit. Okay, yeah, vomit. On the floor and die. Returning the game now. That didn't happen. Sure, bud. Dude is in the wall. Crazy, that. I saw that earlier and I was like, oh, shiny Squawkabilly? Dude, that Squawkabilly I think is a bit sick, actually. Ah, a wall grimer. Exactly. The classic. Everybody knows a wall grimer. Alright, let's get some eggs hatched. Alright. But yeah, I'm very excited for Engage. I'm interested to see if it has S supports, though. Like, that's like... like, I don't care if it does or not. Let me say it like that. Yeah, I don't, like, care if it has S supports or not. Like, if it doesn't have S supports, I don't care. But, like, if it does have S supports, I want to see, like, if the game is finally at least going to have, like, a lot more gay romance options, you know? Because I want to convince my friend to play it, and he didn't want to play Three Houses because there were, like, no gay romance options. Wouldn't be a Fire Emblem if it didn't. I mean, like, it would be, though. Because, like... What's it called? Awakening was the first time that marriage was an actual thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just made it so that Aaliyah has, like, the regular paired endings, you know? Like, they could always just have, like, regular paired endings with Aaliyah. Or, if Aaliyah just fucking dies at the end, then you don't need to worry about paired endings for Aaliyah. You know? And, like, this as a Fire Emblem game is, like, going back to the series roots a lot more than, like, any have since, I mean, I guess Echoes. But, like, as a new Fire Emblem game, it's going back to the series roots, like, a lot more for the first time since, like, I guess, Radiant Dawn. With, No, you could totally pair up lovers in the GBA games. You could do it, but I mean, like, via S supports. Because, like, by the same token, you could pair up... Actually, I don't know how Mystery of the Emblem worked, so I can't really comment on that. But, like, yeah, you could pair up lovers in the GBA games. In fact, if you wanted to pair up lovers in the GBA games, you really have to commit to it, because supports took ages to get going. Well, not to get going, but, like, to unlock. But, like... And I'm guessing in Engage, supports will be, like, kind of Fates level supports, you know? Where, like... You'll probably end up with your army ending up, like, supporting with a lot of the other army members. Like, Three Houses was very easy to, like, support students, because you'd, like, be eating with them and stuff, you know? And, like, they'd, like, bond because of that. And also because they bonded with, like, every other unit in the range of an enemy, like, who had the enemy in their range. Which meant that, like, archers ended up with a bunch of support, because archers and mages ended up with a bunch of support. Did that work with bolting? I never really looked, but if that worked with bolting, then, like, holy shit. Anyway, like... I mean, like, S support specifically, but I wonder if it'll have it. Like, I kind of expect it to for, like, Aaliyah. I feel like if they continue with S supports being a thing, they'll go down the Three Houses route again, where, like, other characters don't get S supports, but Aaliyah gets an S support with a character of your choosing at the very end of the game. But who knows, maybe they won't even voice it as an S support this time. Maybe it'll just be, like, a choose who you're going to spend your life with, like, before the final battle thing again. And I guess it could be done after the final battle, which means it should be an S support. Because then you could get more bonuses from the character you pair up with as, like, a little post-game bonus. You know? Because it looks like Engage is going to have post-game. Because of... I don't know if they're explicitly called Tempest Trials, but they're basically Tempest Trials. Where you take characters into, like, an infinitely randomly generating tower that I'm guessing is, like, the grinding spot for the game, but also seems like a good post-game thing. I just hope Steel works like it does, like it did in the original games, rather than, Three Houses, because Three Houses didn't let you steal weapons from people. I mean, you could just steal weapons... Now I'm questioning myself. You could just steal weapons from, like, people as long as they weren't equipped, right? Like, so if there was, like, a mercenary or something on a map, and he had, like, an iron sword and a killer edge, you could, like, steal the killer edge from him, right? With, like, a thief who could steal. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. My gut's telling me it is. Because I know I was, like, thinking, wait, can I steal the Sword of Ceres from Edelgard? Only if it wasn't the equipped weapon. Yeah, thought so. But yeah, I was thinking, can I steal the Sword of Ceres from Edelgard? But you cannot steal the Sword of Ceres from Edelgard, which means the Sword of Ceres is just not a usable weapon. Which is funny, because in every other route, Edelgard has the Sword of Ceres. But in... what was it called? But in Crimson Fire? I think it's Crimson Fire. Rhea has the Sword of Ceres. Like, bit of a mix-up there, innit? What's up with that? I just find it funny. Alright. I'm going to take a drink. You guys make sure you're all staying hydrated as well. Hydration do be important. But yeah, I hope stealing works like it used to in Engage. But it feels like they're bringing back a lot of older mechanics, so... I wonder if this, like, how much of an attempt this is to get older fans back into the franchise as well. I mean, I guess it can't be that much of... It can't be made for older fans. Like, it's made for older fans to the degree of, like, older characters are in it via emblems. But I feel like it's got a very divisive art style. Honestly, that was another take I wanted to speak about this stream. On stream. Is, like... It's interesting, like, seeing people complain about Engage having an anime art style, when I can guarantee the developers of the game never even, like, considered that as a thing. Because anime art style, technically every game in the franchise has had an anime art style. Because anime is just, like, more or less the Western term for, like, Japanese animation. Hell, as, like, more East Asian countries are making media, people are, like, coining Chinese animation as anime as well. I don't know if it's actually being called it there. But, yeah, yeah, even the GBA games, exactly, even Shadow Dragon, technically. I mean, like, I don't know, I'm gonna be blunt, the fucking genealogy artwork with, like, the big hair, that is very anime. Like, games like Path of Radiance, their art style was anime because that was, like, a very anime style for the time it was released in. Like, that was very similar to, like, the styles of the mid-2000s when it was released. It was released mid-2000s, right? I think it was, like, 2003, right? Which is, like, verging on mid. Anyway, point is, animated like its time. But, and that's just what Engages, is it's being it's taking, like, inspiration from art styles of its time, which is a lot softer, more colourful, obviously inspired a lot by VTubers, because the artist has designed VTubers. Like, the lead character designer has designed VTubers. Well, not character designer, I'm not sure if it's character designer or just, like, art director. Artist. You know what I mean. She did, Bales for HoloLive, and I think a few other HoloLive models as well. Like, so it makes sense that it'd be colourful like that. like, I don't know. I get the complaint about... And the Aqua Fresh mascot, clearly, lol. Yeah, no, exactly. I really wish, because I've seen this, like, thrown around. I guess, like, they've got more plans for Aaliyah's hair color later on, but, like, people were saying it'd be fun if Aaliyah's hair color reflected the Joy-Cons you had. So, like, if you have, like, a red and blue Joy-Con, Aaliyah's hair is red and blue. If you have, like, the Splatoon ones, it's, like, pink and green. Like, that would be horrible, but I'd love it so much. But yeah, like, I can get complaints about the, like, much brighter art style. But, like, I just dislike it's, like, the weebification of Fire Emblem. Like, not really, dude. No. Fire Emblem has kind of always fallen into the weeb category if you really want to be that anal about it. But I feel like the definition of weeb is really decomposed over the last 5 or 6 years into nothingness. Because you don't really hear it used as a term that much anymore, as animes become, like, mainstream. Something that everybody watches from time... Well, not everybody, but, like, a lot of people watch from time to time. Like, I'd say if you look into, like, Gen Z, a solid 30 to 40%, maybe higher, will have watched at least one anime that they've enjoyed. As it's become, like, a much more, like, mainstream thing. Because, to be fair, anime is the only medium that is making high-quality cartoons aimed at adults nowadays. Like, I'd say nowadays. For all of time, but especially at the moment. That would be really cool, though. It would be! And I really wish that was how they did it, but, like... Yeah, Of course, like, being an anime fan is still, like, a kind of, like, taboo. Because of, like, the stereotypes of these, like, horn dogs who, like, are shut in to their, like, basements of their parents' houses and are unemployed. No, I live upstairs, it's fine. Yeah, but then there's this Velma shit going around at the moment. Dude. That's what I mean about adult animation, though. Western adult animation, tripe. When it's good, when it's fucking good, like Inside Job, it's cancelled. Like, which is why people go to anime, because there's no good adult animation. I do not get how anyone sat in a room around a table and were like, let's make a Scooby-Doo series without Scooby-Doo. I was like, oh, it's a series with Velma as the main character. That's fair enough, that's a Velma spin-off. It's not a Velma spin-off. It's Scooby-Doo, but Velma's the lead character, because Scooby-Doo isn't in it anymore. And all of them are cynical, because being angry and hating each other is the cool thing nowadays, which means that one of the core things that united Mystery Inc. isn't there, because they all fucking hate each other for no reason. They're constantly bickering. Like, one thing about Mystery Inc. is they got on. They were buddies. They were friends, you know? They're a friend group of, like, people who genuinely, like and care about each other. But because nowadays adult animation means you have to fucking hate everyone around you, I've not touched that new show since I've, like, heard that shit about it. Like, it's clearly just a very cynical show. Just a very angry show made by angry people. And I don't think that at all stands for what Scooby-Doo is. Scooby-Doo isn't an angry show. Obviously, like, the themes it tackles have always been more liberal. More, I don't know, liberal in the American sense, left-leaning in the literally everywhere else sense. What's it called? Because, like, the antagonists are always people looking to, like, make money or scare people and stuff, you know? Yeah, I'm sure making Fred hate everyone and, for saying constantly has a small dick Lee makes investments. Exactly. Like, I just don't get how... I don't know, it feels like... I really don't want to... I really hate the rhetoric nowadays that, like, media is getting worse. Because there is legitimately good media out there. But sometimes it half feels like producers just don't understand the mediums they're producing for anymore. You know? Like, I always roll my eyes when, like, millennials and shit are like, when I was a kid, we had the best shows. Because, like, what I grew up with still fucking slaps. Stuff like Adventure Time, Amazing World of Gumball, Regular Show. Those were all brilliant TV shows. That still, like, that was, like, the first era as people thought, what if we didn't make cartoons just for kids, you know? Like, where they tried to have, like, actual underlying ideas and stuff. I mean, honestly, I think the effects of Gravity Falls have been negative for animation as a whole, but I don't think it's just Gravity Falls' fault. Gravity Falls is a great show, to be clear. I love Gravity Falls. I just think that it spread the idea that every show needed to have, like, an undergoing narrative. And Gravity Falls was very bluntly the start of the death of episodic shows. Cartoons. Which was sped up by, like, Netflix and stuff, making it so that the new way of watching a show was from episode 1 to the finale. The finale, of course, being the final episode of season 2 before it got cancelled. But, like, sometimes with TV shows and media, it just feels like the producers don't understand what makes people like things. Like, at all. And I think Scooby-Doo is, like, a big show of that. Mystery Incorporated is, like, the opposite. Yeah, because they actually don't know how to make them like that anymore. Can you give me a shiny Charmander? No, thank you. Thanks for the offer. But I prefer to get things myself. I like the thrill of the hunt more than the benefit, you know? I also have, like, 2 shiny Charizards, so I guess I don't need one either. Not on this yet. But thanks for the offer, though. And I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. How's it hanging? Alright. Let's release this group. I think we'll get through one more batch of eggs. And then I will end off for the night. First stream of the... What was it called? First stream of the streaming week. Because, of course, I will be streaming every single day this week, as I've mentioned before. Monday to Sunday, because on Sunday, it will be my... Am I getting botted? Because that is the second person asking to give me something, and that is just the same message. If you're 2 legitimately independent people, I apologize. But I just had someone ask to give me a shiny Charmander. My answer is still no. Because I'd rather get things myself. I also have a couple. I'm gonna go by rule of 3 here. Alright. Let's grab these 2 eggs and make a sandwich. And then... yeah. Alright, make a sandwich. I still can't get over how nasty these sandwiches would actually be. Like, this banana sandwich, no. What the fuck? There's, like, barely any, like, spread on it as well. Like, there's not enough spread on this sandwich to, like, make a worthwhile sandwich, you know? Like, this would not be a good tasting sandwich. I can get it when, like, there's, like, lettuce and stuff in it. But 3 banana slices? 3 bananas. Like, slices of banana. Not even bananas. 3 slices of bananas in the sandwich. This would be nasty to eat. Also, my cat has gotten up now. It's funny, because there's a mark on my desk. There's, like, a mark on my desk of where she keeps on, like, brushing her head against when she wants my attention. Just a bit of potassium. A bit is the active word. A little bit of potassium. Not much potassium, just a bit of potassium. Right. Egg time. Now we wait for eggs. But yeah, I'll hatch this next batch, and then I think I will end off stream. Don't want to shit a brick now. I don't know, shitting bricks does seem like a pretty fun activity. I like this video where someone made where they were like, will cars splash me with water if I'm holding a brick? Where like, they stood next to really big puddles like on their phone, and people like drove past really fast splashing them. But then it cut to them holding a brick instead, and people were driving past really slowly. People, like, slowed down to a crawl as they, like, drove through it, because he was just menacingly standing there, staring them down while holding a brick in his hand. It's like, yeah, obviously they didn't splash him, but... Alright. Quick bit of rain there, wasn't it? Crazy that. Haha, good old trolling. Good old trolling. I mean, yeah, because he didn't. I was thinking good old trolling, hurling bricks through people's windshields. Ah yes, I love a good bit of trolling by throwing bricks at people. The classic troll, really. I always think of, like, that one prank where, like, someone just leaves, like, a porta potty in, like, the middle of a field. There's, like, a thing next to it, like, a big box next to it, but, like, you assume that's just, like, a construction thing going on. So they go in to take a dump, and then, like, as it turns out, that thing next to it is actually, like, a fake office space that they then, like, put in front of the porta potty. So when the person emerges from the toilet, it looks like they just walked into, like, a meeting of business people. Which I find very amusing. Oh, that one, yeah. I don't know what show it was from. I'm guessing it was from a show. I don't know. It's a shame how YouTube pranks devolved. Because I feel like if YouTubers put effort into pranks like that, then prank content would be much more respected nowadays. But but like YouTube pranks are just kind of like very looked down upon nowadays, I'd say, because it's always very scripted. Like, it's never like an actual prank. It's they script the thing and then fake over the top reactions, so it's more palatable for the very like short attention, loud noise loving algorithm, general populace. I'm not really sure how to describe it, because I'm not sure if it is children who are necessarily watching these. Like, I'd assume it's like got to be a decent portion of children watching them, but like it can't just be kids watching this content, I don't think. So like, who is it watching this content is my question, you know? I don't know. There's one of those where people went up to a lift, and the entire Experian army from Star Wars came out of it. I love that. But yeah, there was another one I saw where it was like people riding a bike through a park. But then like all of a sudden from like around one of the corners, just a bunch of like people in a bike race started riding out like towards them, and like they ended up crossing the finish line first of this race, and then they were crowned the winner. Gotta love autocorrect. I'm guessing you meant Empyrean, like, or like Empire Army. But yeah, just like a bunch of like, it looked like they won like a bike race basically, even though they were just like on a casual bike, for exercise or something, and they were like given a trophy and everything. Which I just enjoy it greatly. Okay, I'm gonna get the eggs now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. I'm gonna make sure that my things are correct as well. Okay, cool, they are going into the right box. I felt like they wouldn't be, but they are. Okay, that is 6 plus 5, which is 11. Nice. Alright. Let's get back into the picnic and continue with the eggs. Oops. But yeah, I watched, over the past couple of weeks, I've watched, both Knives Out films, with Daniel Craig, directed by Rian Johnson. They were both very good. It's interesting because, like, they're very differently toned, which I think is an interesting way of doing it, playing the cards. Because, although both had comedic elements, I think, the second one, like, relied on comedy a lot more. But I think they were both very, like, good films. I don't know, I've not really watched many murder mysteries before. I think I should probably watch a lot more, because I do really, like, I really enjoyed them, and I think a lot of what I enjoyed was the murder mystery aspect. Like, obviously they were, like, very good murder mysteries. But I just found them very enjoyable. And I don't know, I know Daniel Craig has been in, like, a decent chunk of stuff, but, like, obviously, like, in my mind, and especially from, like, the final Bond film of his coming out more recently, he's always been, like, James Bond in my head. It's nice seeing him in a different role, but it's funny seeing him in a role where he's putting on such a thick accent. But, I don't know, I'm enjoying seeing him as someone else, because he is very good as, the detective. I can't remember his name, it's like... Blanco? Seen any Sherlock? I have not seen any Sherlock. I don't know, like... I remember when I was, like, a lot younger, like, in secondary school, like, a lot of my friends watched Sherlock. I kind of didn't ever get into it then. But, like, back then it was appreciated. Nowadays, I feel like it's not really liked as a TV series. I think because it kind of, how it, like, ended up putting, like, a very sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. But, like, yeah, I feel like I hear more negative stuff about it than positive nowadays. Oh god, no, I hated those films. Took the campy spy out of Bond. You love the old ones with Roger Moore and Pierce Brosnan. Oh, that's fair. That's a fair take. That's interesting. I don't know, like... I think my first James Bond film... No, I'm not sure. Because my dad is a big Bond fan. He's got, like, the whole Bond box set. I remember there was, like, a time when he was, like, very ill. And my mum got him, like, a box set of, like, all the Bond films. And he just watched those, like, sideways on the sofa. I'm not sure if he was ill. He might have had back problems. Honestly, I really enjoyed the Daniel Craig stuff. Because I like how it personifies Bond into an actual character a lot more. But that's a fair take as well. Because it is very much like a departure from what Bond at least kind of became. Especially as it went on. I don't know if it was ever that serious, to be fair. But yeah, that's a fair take. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, but like, Craig was like my first Bond, really. And I think he definitely is more of a Bond of a modern era. What was it called? With, like, it being less episodical, trying to tell a story, which it does from start to finish of Craig's Bond. But I'm interested to see what they're going to do next with Bond. Because I feel like they can't just end it. Like, I feel like they're not just going to end it now. Because Bond's been running for years, you know? Like, I feel like there's going to be another movie. But I have to wonder what it's going to be like, who's going to be Bond and stuff, like how they're going to handle it. So I'm trying to pick my words. But yeah. Now, there were dumb action movies with suave, cool dude making puns as he kills people. That's fair, that's fair. That's a fair take. I should probably watch some of the older Bond stuff. Like, I've definitely seen a few of the older Bond movies, but I've not in a while. I've seen much more of Daniel Craig stuff recently. But I like him as an actor, Craig. And I really enjoyed him in the Knives Out films. He was a very good detective, I think. Alright, we had 11 last, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. Okay, but yeah, the brain. But yeah, I enjoyed them a lot, and it's like nice thinking about like all the Easter eggs. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it entirely. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it entirely, but like, I'm gonna give you a clue at who the murderer is, because obviously I don't want to like spoil it because not everyone's seen it. I say after spoiling part 5, but shush, that's not the point. But like, one clue to who the murderer is in brand license, which of course Apple doesn't let bad guys use Apple devices. Like, in films, you're not allowed to depict a villain using an iPhone. So, in the movie, everyone has an iPhone except the villain who has an Android in Knives Out. It's even more obvious who the villain is in the second one, but I won't say that because it makes it very clear. And definitely is a spoiler that you don't even have to be looking out for. I think Craig's best one was possibly Casino Royale, as they didn't make him out to be old and useless. Yeah, no, that's fair, that's fair. I'm definitely interested to see where they go with Bond from here on out, though. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, that's fun. It is, like, it's not really something you think about when watching a movie, it's just one of those facts that you just roll your eyes at. because like one of the biggest media companies doesn't like being portrayed as evil. What a surprise. But I think it's a very fun way of using that in a murder mystery. To, like, give a hint to the audience who the murderer is. Because, like, that's, like, half the joy of murder mysteries, is watching back and you see some, like, very clear, not actual clue. It's not a piece of the puzzle that the detective can use to solve the murder at the end when they're, like, bringing everyone together to be like, here's what happened. But it's something the audience can pick up on while watching that makes it clear. I just enjoy that a lot. Alright, we had 18 at last check, so 19, 20, 21, 22, 23... Okay, 8 more. And then the other film I watched last night was Puss in Boots, which was very, very good. Yeah. I fucking loved that film. That was really... Like, that was such a good film. I didn't expect to be, like, as invested in it as I was. Like, a lot of people were talking about how good it was, but, like, I wasn't sure how good it would actually be. We wanted to give Knives Out a shot, but we're getting through Sandman right now. That's understandable. I really enjoyed Sandman as well. I'll talk about this later. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed Sandman. I ended up watching that alone because my dad isn't the biggest horror fan. Although it's not that much of a horror series. I liked the end of the first arc with... I can't remember his name. He's a big actor. He's, like, been in a lot. But I can't remember what his name is. But he was, like, the villain of the first bit with, like, one of the trinkets. With one of, like, the bits... One of Sandman's tools. And that was, like, a very, like, uncomfortable episode, and I liked it a lot. You're back! Welcome back, Gamewise! How goes it? Lupin from Harry Potter. Yeah, him. We're talking about... Well, I was talking about Knives Out, the 2 films, and now we're talking about Sandman, which is also on Netflix. But yeah, that was a very, very good series. I liked the, like, animated one they did for the cats as well. Like... Oh, right, yeah, you're not finished it. Okay, I won't spoil it. Sorry, I remembered, vagueness. Yeah, there's, like, basically, like, an episode at the end that isn't actually linked to anything. Like, that isn't linked to, like, the main plot. And, like, the first half is, like, animated, and it's really cool. You have to report someone for promoting scams and spams on your channel. That is not fun. That is not fun at all. Do be part of the biz, though, really, with streaming. I don't know, I'm wondering if, like, I got 2 messages in a row. One person asking if I wanted a shiny Charmander, and then one person asking if I wanted a shiny Iron Valiant. But, like, they asked exactly the same way. Like, the sentences were the same. Like, they weren't, like, long sentences, so it's enough to be a coincidence. But, was it? And I wonder if, like, it was some ploy to, like, give it to me, and then make it out as if I was a thief. And, like, I'd stolen it, or some shit like that. What's the best way of getting subscribers? YouTube Shorts. Make some YouTube Shorts. People do that? I don't know if people do that, but it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. I'm a little bit untrusting, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm always like, when new people come into chat, and they ask me for something, I'm always looking for, like, malicious motives, you know? Because I feel like if someone new is coming to chat and asking me of something, then, like, they want to gain something out of me, if that makes sense. Like, if it's someone who's been here for a while who asks about something, like, then I'm always, like, I'm a lot more, like, willing and fine to do it. But, like, if it's someone who's it's their first time in chat, or, like, second time in chat, and they're, like, asking me for something, I'm always like, what am I missing here? What's the ploy here to make me out as a bad guy? Or scam me? Or get me banned? Alright, so this is 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, come on. Would Endeavor Focus / Quick Attack Rest still work for Ultra Necrozma? I think so, actually. Because, like, it's only one Ultra Necrozma. So, I could see something like that working. I mean, that's fair. It's like some random stranger coming up to you IRL. Exactly. And, like, especially, like, I feel like it was during my generation that it was less stigmatized, but, like, as I was being brought up, and I'm almost certain during your generation, it was very, like, hammered into us that random people on the internet are always looking to get something out of you, or, like, scam you, or do something malicious. And, like, I think that's still something very much in my head, if that makes sense. Like, sometimes I say things and then I immediately, like, end up saying the wrong combination of words that make me look like an arsehole, so I'm trying not to do that. Like, I trust all you guys now, but, like, when I see, like, if it's someone's first time coming into chat, and they're, like, asking me to do something, whether it be, like, an action in-game, or trade, or battle, or something like that, I'm always like, what's the play here? Right, I'm guessing that'll be 2x now, right? Yeah. I don't know, I would say overall it's probably best to be cautious of random people online though, still. Like, especially as a content creator. Like, I wouldn't really say I'm entirely wrong for my suspicion. Because there are often people who do get joy out of fucking with you and seeing your downfall. Anyway, you missed the Pyro Ball animation from Sword and Shield. That's fair, it was a very good one, I liked it a lot. I don't know, like, the thing with these games though is, like, kind of like Legends Arceus, the animations had to kind of be, like, drawn back a bit to reflect the fact that they're... what's it called? To reflect the fact that they're viewable from any angle. Like, there's no forced perspective with moves in this game that Sword and Shield did do. Bastion Legion in last respects. Is that, like... does that force perspective, or...? I guess that move will be in this game as well. Although, apparently Basculin's evolution into Bastion Legion isn't coded in at the moment, which is interesting. Like, White Stripe's Basculin and Bastion Legion are both in the game. But neither of them work. Not work, sorry. You can't evolve White Stripe Basculin into Bastion Legion at the moment. If you got a White Stripe Basculin, you wouldn't be able to evolve it. The move itself is probably going to get banned and unban Houndstone. Oh, fair. What does Last Respects do? Oh, no. Last Respects is the move that does more damage based on how many Pokemon on your team have fainted. Isn't it? I didn't realize Bastion Legion gets that as well. That's cool, actually. Yeah, no, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I don't know. I think it's kind of dumb when things get banned, honestly. I don't know, I kind of get it, but, like, at the same time, I don't. Like, it feels like Smogon is very, like, strict with what's allowed and what isn't. But I'm also not a competitive battler, so I can't really say for certain how true that is, I guess. Like, my take isn't really one that should be taken with anything but a grain of salt. Because, that was the wrong button. Yeah, because, I don't really do competitive. But it just feels like they're banning, like, a lot of stuff. Like, they banned Dynamax. I've heard they've not banned Terrestrialization, but people were calling for them to ban Terrestrialization, which I find a bit silly, because, like, those are just, like, half the draw of the competitive battles of the generation is those mechanics, so why would you ban them, you know? Bastion Legion hits harder than Houndstone with base stats. Ah, that's fair. I'm interested to see how stuff like Houndstone is going to perform. I mean, I guess there's already been a tournament. Goldengo ranked pretty high on, like, usage. But of course it did, because Goldengo's fucking... I don't know how busted it is. Because, like, it's very strong and it's got a really good ability. Well, Choice Scarf Last Respects is broken. Well, except for normal types. That's fair. I don't know. I think, like, one of the interesting things about metagames is seeing how it shapes up as things emerge to... Let me think of the words. Like, things like Goldengo and Dondozo, as they emerge in meta, you have to make counters to them. And honestly, like, even though I don't do VG, like, don't do competitive, because I'm shit at battling, I still need to get that lesson from Rob. That Rob advice TM. But, what was it called? I find it interesting to see how the meta forms around specific pillars. Those being, like, powerful moves, items, and Pokemon, you know? Powerful strategies that shape the meta as a whole, and then the meta then evolves as new strategies and counterplays are found and stuff. And that's, like, what interests me. Beast Chugger. That's precisely honest. To be honest, that's what I've been saying this whole time. Like, there's no more truth than that. Like, to sum up everything I've said this stream, Beast Chugger. Samurai's going to be interesting. Your loss. That's fair. That's understand. I can't slate that. I find following the stars helps me. Just pick a star, follow it. Acrobatic Quaquaval carried me through the story. I love Quaquaval. I don't know, I've seen, like, a lot of people say Quaquaval is the worst Pokemon, or the worst new Pokemon, or the worst final starter form. To be fair, I feel like we get this every generation. Because, like, it happened with Inteleon. We can try next week for a lesson if you want. That would probably be good, because I do have a plan of a thing. I don't know, I want to pay to get some videos edited soon, I think. I'm gonna break into You know, I don't know an explanation. All Gala starters were so good. I don't know, I feel like the Gala starters were like alright. I feel like there are no starters that I hate, but I feel like the Gala starters ended up on like the lower end for me. Of like, me liking them. Rillaboom, Beefy Tank. Ah, fair, no, yeah, I honestly more judge Pokemon whether on their designs than like abilities. I'm much like I don't really care about what they can do, which is of course probably very much because I don't do competitive, but I don't really judge them based off of viability. Unless they're like so shit they're hard to use in a regular playthrough, of course. Like Quaquaval, I just like its design. I think it's a fun design. I like it a lot. Better than... I don't know, I still like Skeledirge. Meowscarada looks cool, but like I can't shake the thought that it's just another fucking furry bait starter, which feels like we've like got to have at least one every generation at this point. Like since Gen 5. The Johto starters are shit except for Alligator. I think those are fighting wars with Robin Chat. I don't know. Meganium's like, eh. For me, I think it's okay. I don't hate its design, but I'm not like a big fan of it. For Alligator, I think it's definitely grown on me with Croconaw. And Typhlosion's decent. Typhlosion was like my second starter Pokemon, technically. Because, Heart Gold was my second Pokemon game. Dude, I remember getting Heart Gold. Because, like... Don't diss my boy Typhlosion. Asterix, hello! How goes it? I hope your week's been well. I hope you've been well. That was not the person I was expecting to rush to the Typhlosion defense. You will commit crimes. Understandable. Sheer Force for Alligator is a beast. But yeah, do not attack my baby Cynical. Aim-wise, I'm sorry, you are on the back foot here. You are outnumbered. Honest, like my best friend in secondary school, well, for the first few years of secondary school, because he moved to secondary school late year 7, and then moved away before year 10. But that's not the point, because I got him into Pokemon, and he pronounced Typhlosion Tiflazoin. He pronounced Typhlosion Tiflazoin, which I just find very entertaining. I was probably really annoyed by it at the time, because that's just who I was, but like now I just look back on it and Tiflazoin. I really like that name. How was the gen that had your favourite starters? That's fair, I think Hoenn's one of the weaker gens for me personally. I don't know. There are no gens which, like, starters I actively hate. Like, I don't hate any starter Pokemon, I don't think. But there are none which, like... What? Yeah, But there are none which, like, I despise. You were born in the Pokemon closet back... You were in the Pokemon closet back then. Understandable. Wait, no, I swear we talked about Pokemon back then. Because, like, I remember hanging out in the library with you guys on break times, and when you guys saw, like, you guys all hated my friend. You did not like him. Haven't seen many Corviknight know you anymore. It's because of Tinkaton, dude. Tinkaton's taking them all out. Have I tried hatching an egg while climbing? You saw a bug the other day. I have not. We have about 20 eggs left, so 10 eggs left, so maybe I will. Maybe it's time to do some climbing. Let's go climbing. The issue is we're gonna have 5 eggs left after this, because most of the eggs are probably gonna hatch before I... Yeah. Egg. Okay, this egg is just hatching in the void. Bye, Rotom. Yeah, that egg's just choosing to hatch in, like, the generic screen. I was surprised when that appeared. I was not expecting to see, like, the generic... Looks like I'm not gonna get this until... I land? I'm unsure if that's just because it was delayed until I finished climbing or what. I think I might have to go into the climbing animation as the egg hatches, honestly. I don't think it's gonna hatch while I'm climbing, if that makes sense. I think that, it'll have to... Okay. Well, it has to be at the top of the cliff. Interesting. Oh, I feel like I know what the glitch is. Shit. Is it if you position yourself in the correct angle when an egg hatches, it'll hatch at the bottom of a cliff? Because I could imagine that happening. That sounds like a very this game issue to have. Silazar! Hi there. Goodbye. No, it will appear facing towards the sky. Area 0. Glimmer's face planted into a wall. I mean, yeah, but that's because they're meant to look like flowers, isn't it? Oh? Oh. No, it's just very precarious. Dude, do not push this. Do not push this egg. Charmander is born. And fucking immediately falls off a cliff to its death. Which isn't nice. Ledge egg. Leg? Items here. Everything the light touches is Charmander's kingdom. Precisely. I love the dealings in this game. I miss dealing. It's crazy that there are some Pokemon in this game that haven't been in a dex until this game, and it feels like that's the reason they're in this game, is because they haven't been in a dex until this game. Because, like, dealing hasn't been in a game since this game. Hasn't Breloom not been in, like, a regional dex until this game as well? I feel like it hasn't. I feel like it's been available, but it's not been in, like, the regional dex. So it's nice to see him back. Remember the old strat with Berserker? Wait, is in for raids or? Raids. Is that like, do you mean like Terra raids or max raids? The online is needed. I mean, yeah, I'm still not sure which game you're talking about, honestly, man. Both games. Arthur, what's the strat? I'm trying to figure out... Yeah, my mind, what's it called? Was trying to figure out if there are any, like... I guess Scarlet Violet, not Scarlet Violet, Legends Arceus evolutions. If there are any, like, evolutions, new evolutions in this game. I don't think there are, other than, like, the Legends Arceus ones. And the Legends Arceus ones are only in the game, I'm guessing, so they can be used in competitive Pokemon. Because they haven't had an opportunity to be in competitive Pokemon yet. I'm interested to see what the ruling around that's going to be. Because I'm certain that Legends Arceus Pokemon are going to be usable. Like old extinct Pokemon are gonna be usable in competitive. But I'm interested to see if it's gonna be like there's a mechanic in the game that lets you get them, or if it'll just be straight up, you can use Pokemon from Legends Arceus in competitive in Scarlet Violet. Alright, that is the final egg of the stream though. Oh my god, it is 10 minutes to 11, that is late. Yeah, I've gone a bit over normal time here because I wanted to get an extra batch of eggs hatched. Interesting, though, because that's about 50 minutes for a batch. Because I started at about 5 past 10. So that's about... Well, yeah, 45 minutes for a batch, which is a long time. I feel like you could generally get 30 done in a lot quicker time. But it's because you have to, like, wait to get the eggs in the first place. This Flame Zoroark is going to be extremely gimmicky in Scarlet Violet OU. That's fair. I think it's going to be interesting to see what kind of... use Legends Arceus Pokemon could have in this game. Because they're all in the game. Like, I'm not sure if you've... Like, in the Pokedex is every single Legends Arceus Pokemon that has, like, a new form or new evolution. Definitely slower than the Daycare. Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know, I like the Picnic, and I like that you can do the roulette with it, but... I don't know. I kind of want to get onto stupid shiny hunts at some point. So I'm not sure how many more hunts I will do in this game before I move on to them. Because there are like a lot of like dumb hunt ideas that I want to do. Like I think I've mentioned this before, but Professor Juniper's Minccino, like on the starting screen of Black and White, I want to get that shiny. And I've thought of a few more ideas. Other than like, I want to get a 3-tiered to Dunsparce. And transformed into a ghost, can't be hit by ghost. Transformed into normal, can't be hit by fighting. Oh yeah, that's true. Because it's the first normal ghost type. I like that typing, it's a cool one. I'll definitely shiny hunt Hisui and Zorua. Maybe in Legends Arceus, or maybe in this game, once Home is released. I guess it's more like... situational. To get Hisui and Zorua in this game. Not this game. Legends Arceus. This game is just breed, but in Legends Arceus you have to wait for a outbreak, don't you? Anyway. I dare say... that I'm going to answer this lasagna question first, which is if you have one lasagna and stack it on top of another lasagna, how many lasagnas do you have? The bechamel sauce doesn't go on every layer, does it? it only goes on the top layer, which means that you have a very weird big lasagna, I would say. Like, because... No, I'd say it's more like 2 lasagnas stacked on top of each other, because the bechamel sauce only goes at the top of the lasagna, doesn't it? Like, you don't put bechamel sauce on every layer, unless I'm mistaken. You only put it at the very top, which means it'd be obvious that there's, like, a middle bit with a lot more bechamel sauce. So, it's like, one lasagna stacked on top of another lasagna. It's all about the sauce. The sauce is the key here. But yeah, stream was good. Thank you all for coming. I really enjoyed this. Of course, tomorrow we will be doing Pokemon Ultra Moon Nuzlocke, where I will be Nuzlocking Pokemon Ultra Moon, just vanilla. I disagree, however, that is a very good view. Thank you for your opinion. Thank you. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow at 7:20 PM GMT for the CahirLIVE 2-year anniversary. Week of streaming. My anniversary's on Sunday. But yeah, I hope you all have great nights, and I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.